This
Okay, now my mic's on. Now is your mic. There it is. Okay, I think I got it.
Cool.
We're live. All right, we did it. We finally did it, and hopefully there's no more issues where I'm just talking to myself for like 5 minutes until someone tells me I don't have your mic live. All right.
One person.
Well, obviously we didn't give too much notice, and there's not too many people that are going to be following me, so I don't think we have too many people here, but it's okay. We can
send me the link. I'll retweet it.
All right, fine. Yeah, YouTube always makes a brand new link every time, so I need to like find it. Probably somewhere. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, like, there's a whole live streaming like tab that YouTube has, so I'm sure it's got to be in here somewhere. Here it is, stream URL. Who you? That doesn't seem like a good URL. Don't click that. Don't tweet it.
Why'd you send me a virus?
Well, just why does it just say like YouTube Live 2? That doesn't look like a good URL. You should just subscribe to me on YouTube and find the link there. I don't know how to get it. Why is YouTube so silly? I mean, I can enable DVR and 360 video. That's something, isn't it? Yeah, I really don't know where to find it. Copy video URL, is this? That's it. There you go.
Whoa. Whoa, that's the way.
That's funny. That's like the joke.
It's my Brian.
All right. Well, so I have been working on my comic book recently, and you haven't read it from what I hear.
I have not.
Well, it's pretty funny. It's making fun of the silly leveling going up type mangas, and it's fittingly called Level Go Up. And I've been trying to think of a way to continue chapter 1 or start chapter 2. I don't know exactly what I'm going to consider it yet. So I'm just going to be kind of like doodling that until we get anyone who has any funny requests, or if you do. That would be pretty helpful too.
Funny requests? I don't know. Did you make that icon for me? Because I noticed on stream I'm still using the old icon.
Oh yeah, I should do that. Okay, I'll just do that. I'll polish it up. I'll make it look nice.
Cool.
Oh, cool. But yeah, I guess we can kind of just like jump into the ideas we had and go from there, right? So at first we wanted to probably bring up the fact that you were featured in a video by some very popular Anitubers who have never once done anything wrong. That sound about right?
Okay.
Yeah.
The anime men.
Yeah.
I didn't know their name, but after this controversy they went through, I did go through their videos, and I had seen a couple of their shorts, but it was like they were all Dandadan related, and it was all the same joke where like something happens and then they start dancing to the opening theme. And these are like multi-million views shorts, and they're all like the same joke. So I never bothered to subscribe or look more into what this is. It was just like, okay, this is someone found the joke that, you know, they found their I didn't do it, basically.
Yeah, this kind of just like surface level stuff too, I assume.
Yeah. Right. So they found their I didn't do it, and they were just gonna ride that for as long as it was popular, and it seems to have worked out well for them. But essentially what they do is they seem to make very normie anime content where they are a group of friends that like every week they do some sort of challenge or video, usually challenges it looks like, or like some sort of video like the one anime hater. Yeah, there you go. You have it on screen.
One anime hater versus 20 anime fans. Hide and seek. Yeah, these look like very like
the guy in the jumpsuit. He's Okarun in their Dandadan videos.
Ah,
I recognize him.
It definitely seems like very, you know, a gone wrong challenge at 3 a.m. type thumbnails.
Yeah,
because we made a video together on our Sketchy Fellas channel where I feel like I copied this hide and seek idol edition type thumbnail almost exactly. Yeah, so it definitely seems like this kind of just very trendy YouTube channel.
Right, and they're very big. They have like 4 million, like 4.5 million subs. So
yeah, 4.58.
It's technically the biggest. I think it's technically the biggest anime YouTube channel run by like that isn't like, you know, like a corporation technically. But like at the same time, because of the nature of their content, it's hard to say. I said this to Izzy Boy on Twitter, where he was like, they're the biggest voice in the space, and it's like, they're the biggest subscribed YouTube channel. I would not call them the biggest voice.
Yeah, they're not exactly influential in like any ideas that they put forward.
Right. You know, like 2.5 Men was probably one of, if not the most successful TV shows. We're not going to say 2.5 Men was, you know,
it was really putting forward opinions that people were thinking about the following days. Yeah. Oh, looks like we got Shapes in our chat. Hello.
Hey, Shapes.
Yeah, we're talking about the anime men, so I assume you, like, I heard tale of Shapes like in a call.
Shapes is a character in this story.
Yeah.
So if anyone somehow doesn't know, they made a video where one of their little challenges is they watch like the biggest anime of each year, and for a massive chunk, like the 60s up to the 2000s, they are just like completely, not even just like not engaged, but like kind of like just disparaging every show. And a lot of their complaints are just like black and white, D tier. Main character was a girl, D tier.
Is that really one of the things they said? I didn't watch the original video.
I think that they had something with Dear Brother that I saw specifically bugged people. Or I think they may have just been like, oh, this looks like a Diddy anime. But it was very disparaging towards older anime. Definitely not giving them a fair shake. And it kind of felt like they thought, oh, just like showing how weird and silly and bad these old anime are will be the joke.
Old anime was so bad so long ago.
Yeah. And it did not go over. It did not go over well. They were attacked on all sides from essentially every group in the anime fandom had a gripe, but that's because they shit on every show.
Yeah. Like there's no, so they covered their bases, every single show that any possible group could like.
But here's the thing. Their response has been like shockingly well done, because when I see a channel like that, I immediately I am very cynical. Mm-hmm. Me and you, we have both been on the internet for a while. We've seen people who get popular on the internet, and we've seen how they act, and we see and I feel like I've been saying this. I feel like when you're put in that situation where you're this huge creator, but then suddenly you're the main character on Twitter, which is never a good thing to be. Yeah. Everyone's kicking you. You're being kicked in the dog pile or whatever. I think in my brain, the cynical, well, we're just a big channel and we're going to try to change the narrative. That person who thinks that way would go, well, how do I like play the victim card here? And you come out of the gate and you're like, I'm going to do a stream with someone like, Super Eye Patch Wolf or Mother's Basement. And I'm just going to start a discussion about how anime has a toxicity problem. And, everyone is being elitist to me. And just like completely switch the narrative.
Yeah.
And the reason why I'm shocked is that they didn't do that at all. And I have to give them a lot of credit for, it sounds mean to be like, oh, not being manipulative jerks. But like, that's what I expect from the internet.
Kind of just what happens when people get a lot of influence and power, like social power. It's just like people aren't likely to admit when they've done anything wrong, and it's like it's not even like I don't know. I don't think having being disrespectful towards media is necessarily like a huge sin, as far as just like human morality goes, but it's still. It's I don't know. It's obviously not nice. It's disrespectful, and I think
they're operating in a they're operating in a space that is like a subculture space, the anime fandom.
Yeah,
and to be someone who's benefiting from being from their association with anime and then just completely shitting on it is like a bad look, and it seems like they totally understood that.
Yeah.
Once it was brought up, they totally understood it. Which is great to see.
Yeah.
Genuinely.
It's kind of a rare, like the older I get, the more rare I realize being able to say I could learn from this and I can do better for this. It takes a very rare kind of person to be able to do that, I think. Even
for someone to just say like, even to be like, I may be like, I may have this minority opinion, but Everyone is telling me they disagree with me, and I think I'm just gonna have to be satisfied with the idea that I have this different opinion than most people, and it's like you just have to go agree to disagree at one point. Even that is like difficult for people. There are people who can't even do that.
I get why some people will find that difficult, just because the nature of let's agree to disagree feels like such pointless rhetoric if you don't fully believe it. And you see a lot of people say that just to get out of consequences for their hot takes. But
and
you'd have to approach it genuinely, but it is valid to think that.
So that's why it's been it's been pretty interesting seeing that, especially because they, instead of doing what I thought they might do, which is go to someone like Mother's Basement or Super Eye Patch Wolf, and I'm going to change the narrative to anime is too toxic and too elitist. They went to Shabes. Now, Shabes did add the context that he did a reaction to their video, and he was very nice to them.
Yep.
But even still, like, even if there was like, oh, well, I sort of initiated it, but even still, the fact that they paid attention to that and took it to heart, like, from like a much smaller channel, that's really good.
Shades added on, nothing from the 1961 to 1979 got higher than a C tier, and then everything post 2000's got a B or higher. So it really was just like kind of just bias based on age. Was the original video. But I didn't know. I don't follow Shapes too closely, but I didn't know.
You just stole his avatar and ran and just left him.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's just kind of how it's supposed to work. Get the peons to make something cool, and then you steal it and take all the credit, right? But I didn't realize. I didn't realize Shade made a critique, though.
Yes, he did. He did a reaction. But also, I do want to point out, if Shabes is still here, someone did join our last stream and go, "Oh, you're streaming with Shabes," and we had to break their heart. Their heart and tell them it's unfortunately I'm streaming with Ben.
Listen, I feel really bad about it, but I just changed my avatar and I feel like I shouldn't change it again. So I'm just stuck. I don't know what to do. But I do think that there is like a lot of credit to be given for a critique that is given in good faith and in a nice way, and just not like, I don't know, there's so much like vitriol and it accomplishes nothing with people fighting online. And really the best way to change someone's mind is to like agree with them on common points first. So I appreciate that there's the idea that people are willing to respond to negative criticism as long as you're nice about it.
Right. And it's funny because there was something earlier this year where, do you remember when Scampoli did his Madoka review, where he just kind of plays it on a second screen and makes fart noises, and then was like, why was this show terrible? And it was like, maybe because you got high, played it on your second monitor, and made fart noises every time she showed up. That could have influenced your experience. It is, the funny thing with him is that it is perfectly fine to be like, you know what, I didn't like this show. It's fine. And like, you can, I will say, like, you didn't give it a fair shake. Like, you obviously went in being like, oh, this will be something that's funny to roast, which I always hate. It's like, back in the day, that's like every review of like an OVA or like a niche or like a super obscure anime was always like that. Was like they went in looking for things to make fun of rather than, giving it a good, an in good faith viewing. But I think it's especially funny the fact that the Weeb Crew actually did reach out to him, and it's funny because like Mumi from the Weeb Crew sends out these emails to people, and if you've ever seen them, he's very honest, and he's very much like, hey, even if I don't agree with you, like I want to talk to you, and he's he's honestly more open-minded about that stuff than I usually am. Like I've seen him he's had people on where he's like, yeah, you did a video and I really disagree with it, but like maybe I can figure out why you felt that way, why you thought that was the case when maybe something wasn't that way.
Yeah.
And it leads to interesting conversations. And Moomy really likes having those conversations with people. Hell, he had a whole conversation with someone from Mal, and he was like, it was like a totally civil, you know, they disagreed on points, but it was like a civil discussion. And at the end, he was like, you know what, I respect that he came on and talked to us. I don't think that about them. I think they didn't. I think they just beat around the bush. But he was very nice. He was nicer than I would have been to the Mal people when they're talking about why Scott Pilgrim, when they're lying about why Scott Pilgrim isn't on their website. So Moomy reached out to Scamboli very similarly with like, hey, you know, I've said that I didn't like that video, but I'd be down to like talk about it, and you know, if you want to come on, we can discuss things. Maybe get to the bottom of why you didn't like it or why you felt this way, why you all these other things. And he just like straight up ignored him, which is fine. If he doesn't want to talk more about it, he just thought it was like a goof he did with his friends. That's fine.
Yep.
The fact that he ignored that like thing, and then like 2 weeks later made a video about like why everyone criticizing my Madoka video is wrong is very funny. It's like, it would be one thing if he just went, nah, it was just a funny video, I don't care, I don't want to talk about it anymore. But the fact that he's like, I need to talk about this reception, and it's like, you had like you were given a little podium to talk about it, maybe have an interesting discussion, maybe you learned something, they learned something, but that mentality I hate. The one where it's like,
yeah, at that point it feels like it's kind of just like, okay, they're wanting to manufacture some sort of narrative to go off of at that point.
Yeah.
It's not about the integrity of what's been said or not, or what opinions anyone had.
So these are reasons why I respect the anime men, because we've seen these, you know, things go that way. Now, you've seen the anime men's response video?
Yes, I have, because you said you specifically were mentioned in it, and so
I have not seen it. I only know I was mentioned in it because I was sitting on the couch and I got pinged by 2 different people.
Oh.
And I looked, and one of them sent a screenshot, and I was like, what the heck? And I found out that in their talkings to Shabes apparently sent them like a bunch of, I don't know if he sent videos or names of creators. I presume it was videos. And I know that me and Stevem were both included. Which makes sense. We make very similar, we have very similar goals with our content, me and Stevem.
Well, I'm surprised you actually haven't seen it yet. I didn't know that.
I haven't. I was thinking we should watch it on stream and react to it.
Yeah, let's do it. All right.
Yeah.
I'll just pull it up now. All right. I have it in a tab here somewhere. How's this?
Oh, Shapes in the chat said he did not send them the video. He just sent the channel.
Oh, okay. Well, he said he has no part in that. It was all just them finding your vid.
Wait, you didn't? No. I'm pretty sure he said, well, I mean, I think he meant he only sent them the name of the channel.
Possibly.
You didn't send them anything?
No, apparently nothing. Wow.
How did they find that?
I mean, they just did research based on shows that he recommended. And
really?
They typed in YouTube search bar and found your videos.
I guess cool. That is like a one of the videos that broke 100K views, but it just surprised me because it's kind of an older video, and I feel like I mean older is like 3 years, but I feel like YouTube hides stuff once it's.
He googled Macross. Oh dang! All right.
Oh, okay.
Well, let's go ahead and watch this video then. I see Truth in the chat. Hello. Good
Hello,
to have you here.
Truth. Shabes, Truth is Funeria Ripa Foundations.
Funya
It's very.
Ripa.
I know that we're in this confusing place where his YouTube channel and his internet name are different, and it confuses people to all hell. And I think he enjoys that.
Yeah. It's funny how you mispronounce Funyarimpa. I can't believe
It's
you
such.
you wouldn't know what that is.
I don't. What is it?
Oh, you wouldn't get it. It's just I'm just kind of surprised.
it's only a hardcore anime fan would know that.
Pretty
Would know that
much.
reference.
No, it's actually for real gamer fans. I know
Is it a Phoenix Wright reference?
it's close enough. It's in that visual novel group.
Okay.
Okay. I need to adjust my stream here. I don't want to give too much information away, so I need to full screen it first and then go the whole. Okay. I want you to see all my bookmarks for silly gamer things. Okay. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
And you can see my screen. You heard all the music that I was playing and stuff. Is that part of it?
I can't hear
There's nothing
music
playing now, but you heard the music before?
Yes, I did. Yes.
Okay. That means you can hear this video. And play. Play.
Might be the single worst editor video of all time.
Doraemon's F tier.
It's easily F tier.
F tier.
Bottom of the barrel F tier.
They gave Astro Boy the
Dragon Ball time. Dragon Ball time.
This is probably A or S.
That's Shabes.
What?
Goku with a tail. I've never seen that before.
The Mexican cartels and people who know what
Oh, you know what? I should stop watching the stream because it's delayed. Let me.
Oh, I was sharing my screen with you.
I know you were. I'm the idiot. It's okay. Yeah, we're good. We're good.
Okay, okay.
A little bit more respect. We're only gonna put it at 1.5 times speed.
The least you could do is try.
One of them doesn't even watch anime.
I think it's okay to watch things at 1.5 times speed now. Or maybe I've become ADHD enough.
I think that if
I'm too old for this.
my opinion is if you watch it at 1.5 times speed and say you don't like it, then I'm like, well, you watched it in a bad environment. But if you liked it, I can't complain.
The thing is, I would still pay full attention to it, and I think that's where the issue would come in. Like, if you're,
I listen to audiobooks at like a like I do like 1.3 speed.
I shouldn't admit that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Shapes.
So we really are tourists, huh?
Yeah, that's right. Yep.
Ben, you're caught in 4K.
Oh no.
So,
I feel like 2 times is at the point where you can't understand it, but 1.5 is just like, oh, it's just a little faster. It's nice.
Defend ourselves. The video we made was just outright.
To be fair, the only anime you watch is One Piece, which you've read the manga of already.
Yeah, that's true. Okay.
Honestly, we deserve all the backlash that's coming to us. Let's just be honest. Everyone is calling us fake anime fans, clout chasers,
You know what, I'm
and
gonna
most
put on
importantly,
subtitles.
the T word. And although we disagree with those labels, the video makes them out to be 100% true, and we have no one else to blame but ourselves for that.
So not only was the entire concept of the video bad, but
I like his Wolfstrain shirt.
Also terrible. We completely disrespected.
Wolfstrain, or is it just a bunch of wolves?
That's the joke.
Really bad jokes, and we didn't actually give a proper.
You should know I don't get
insight and
anime jokes.
analysis to these older anime that actually deserved one.
and not knowing that Goku had a tail.
And on top of that, the way we in reality, all we do is bash these shows for no reason.
The reason why the video turned out the way it did is because we were just downright lazy. And in all honesty, we just wanted to upload the video and meet a deadline.
We wanted to get the video over with, and instead of actually putting in any effort whatsoever, we kind of just resorted to rage baiting and really bad jokes.
And since we're being real, some of us did start watching anime during COVID, but at the same time, some of us didn't. Like Gianni and Jeremy started watching anime in 2014, and I started watching anime in 2017. But in my opinion,
That's still too new.
Someone starts watching anime.
Yeah, I know.
What matters is we are a group of
It's okay.
the anime men who are supposed to represent and normalize anime.
Should have been watching it since the 90s like me, or else it doesn't count.
You know what? When people ask me when I started watching anime, even though I did watch like shows that were anime in the 90s, I say 2002 because that was when I was like, I knew it was called anime, and I was like, you know, that's when I was like aware of it, right?
Yeah.
time and respect they deserve.
This is where
2002 was Inuyasha on Adult Swim, by the way.
We talked about Astro Boy a little bit in our old videos, so let's just check that.
I didn't have access to much anime, so I started with manga.
F tier,
Yeah, you and
I
Shabes.
looked at Astro Boy.
I think
the way I
Shabes
look
was
at anime now
said he
with,
started in
as
college.
a shonen
Oh, dang.
slop-loving goober. I was looking at Astro Boy.
I mean, I
and
was
how it
reading
would be
manga
something coming out,
before
like,
college,
right now,
like
which
probably even before high
is
school.
honestly unfair because Astro Boy, it's anime history, and I disrespected it badly. So, hopefully, I can right some wrongs here. Astro Boy, otherwise known as Tetsuo no Atom, was released in 1963 and it was created by Osamu Tezuka. But it was originally a manga which was made in 1952 and it actually went on to have 112 chapters. Astro Boy was originally created as a way to inspire hope and kindness in a post-war Japan that was just absolutely devastated by the war. This guy was a
And to make
symbol
Toei jealous.
of hope, peace, prosperity, and what machines and man can do if they work together. I set myself a goal. I was gonna watch 10 of the highest rated episodes, which are right there. And out of all these episodes that I watched, my favorite was actually Zero, the Invisible Robot.
So it's interesting because the thing with Astro Boy is that it isn't subbed.
Oh yeah.
It's crazy because it's like, you know, a big part of anime history, but I think only 4 episodes have been subbed. As far as Japanese goes, I've only seen the first episode and episode, I believe it's 33. Those are the only ones I've seen in Japanese. And I've seen 33. That sounds incredibly random. But that is the infamous episode that Tezuka outsourced to Studio Zero, which Studio Zero is a group of mangaka who made their own animation studio. They founded it with the mindset of, well, we draw manga. Animation is just like drawing a lot of pictures, like manga, right?
Exactly.
And they learned incredibly quickly how that doesn't translate. And so it has animation from like Fujiko Fujio, who are the creators of Doraemon, and Ishinomori. In fact, Ishinomori has one of the worst Astro Boy cuts in this, in that episode. But I've watched it because of how bad it is, and I've also watched it with the commentary track because I believe it was one of the Doraemon creators actually commentated over it with I forget who was involved in the commentary, but they released it on DVD I believe it's on the Right Stuff English DVD. For Astro Boy, we do have 100 episodes dubbed. I think it's actually like
Shape saying that here.
I think it's actually 104 because I believe what happened was Fred Ladd agreed to fund like 52 episodes, and then the show obviously in Japan just kept going, and they were like, so you're going to buy more episodes, right? And Fred Ladd was like, no, we have 52 episodes, we could just play those in reruns forever, and Japan wasn't doing reruns. And so like Tezuka was kind of mad because he wanted, you know, he was expecting to get more money from Fred Ladd. And so Fred Ladd like worked out a deal where he's like, we'll do another 52 episodes, and that's why there's 104 episodes dubbed of Astro Boy.
Okay.
So I'm interested to see. I didn't catch the list of what episodes he watched, but I'm curious to see which ones he watched. Let's hit play.
Yeah.
Thought it did ethical dilemmas really well. It starts out with this guy.
I'm actually not. I don't remember if he
like. I know they
specifies which episodes.
That character is Skunk. He's like a character in Ishinomori Ishinomori in Tezuka's star system.
Okay, yeah. I just asked you about the star system thing last night.
Really well, but from an aesthetic perspective and like an art style perspective, Astro Boy is the most important anime ever. I mean, like, without Astro Boy, no anime would look how it does now. Like, the big eyes, you know the big eyes you see in anime? And, like, the big, crazy eyes that sometimes is like, wow, that's, like, half your face? That's Astro Boy. One thing I really love is how the author Osamu Tezuka actually kind of painted Astro Boy as a reverse Pinocchio type of character. So basically what this means is that Astro Boy is basically a perfect robot, but he wants to become more human, and the more human he becomes, the more imperfect he gets. Because innately, humans are not perfect. Humans
is that from the? Oh no, that's what's his name? Fred Schott.
Such a nice
yeah.
little
I thought it was the anime encyclopedia for a second, but no, it's
I'm not the biggest fan of any of them. I kind of see Astro Boy like this. a typewriter. And then newer anime is kind of like a brand new computer. Without this typewriter, there wouldn't be this big old computer right here. But that doesn't necessarily mean that I want to type using a typewriter. But me not liking it also
To be fair,
isn't really that big
Astro
of a
Boy
problem.
is like
I
the
know
worst.
Astro
It's like
Boy
Mushi Pro's
isn't
worst
made for me.
show.
I am not the
Like I
target
can't.
audience. I still
I'm trying to think of
definitely
like what
recommend
is
checking out
because
Astro Boy,
the
especially
jump from
1963.
the jump from Astro Boy to Jungle Taite is like big.
Yeah.
And I'm like when you think of like what are Mushi Pro shows that are like, oh wow, this like even today leaves an impression. Ashita no Joe is probably like the big one.
Oh yeah.
Dororo, big. That's incredible.
I'd say I'm like a closet, like, you know, I don't like older anime. Like I don't cringe at it inherently, but I also have a harder time enjoying it. But I read through all of Ashita no Joe. Like that, there's no way that doesn't hold up today.
So do you think, how would you compare yourself to the anime men?
If the anime men prior to this video were like a 10 out of 10 on anime bigots, I was probably like a 4. Like it's like, it's not, you wouldn't know just from talking to me and even multiple conversations, but it would creep up and you realize, oh, he doesn't like old anime. I'm getting better. I'm getting better.
You have gotten a lot better. I was actually just watching Monben. Have you seen any of that? I know that it's named after you.
Exactly, and I've only seen like 2 of them. I think I want to watch more. It's so fun to see.
Especially because I'm reading 20th Century Boys now. It's interesting because you really get the sense that Naoki Urasawa, aside from being a manga fan, also like kind of he feels like he is like a manga historian. And so when he talks to these people, he's not just coming at them from a fellow creator, but also someone who's like knows the history of manga.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's kind of like when you have those film directors who are also like film buffs. He's very much one of those.
Yeah. It's like Monben. I really want to, I should just like watch some of these on stream or something. 'Cause it's so fun to see. It's like you actually get to see the process at work and real professionals talking about their craft. And it's just like, it's a real, like, they say it in like the first episode, Naoki Urasawa is like having to like be very convincing to get his way into any of these processes because mangaka are so like secluded and don't like people looking over them while they work or anything like that. It's such a very like in-depth process for them that it's hard to kind of allow that. You have to like make a lot of exceptions and just work with them a lot in order to allow that. So
Shapes actually just mentioned it and I was going to say it too. I actually just today watched his episode with Otomo and it's interesting. One of the things that really like hit me that I didn't think about, I'd never thought about this, where he said that Katsuhiro Otomo's Domu, Urasawa said it is he called it the second most important manga ever made. And I was like, that really put into perspective. And he even like, they even explain that like in the world of manga, there's before Otomo and after Otomo.
Oh, wow. I never heard this. Otomo.
Oh, he's the creator of Akira.
Oh, okay. But Domu?
Yeah, Domu.
A child's dream.
So, and it's funny because the main character, one of the main characters is a little psychic girl, and I was actually saying in our chat, it's her name is Ekchan, and she's literally just Ishinomori's Sarutobi Ekchan character. He literally just like took that character, and it's funny because Urasawa does that as well. When you got like, you know, I'm reading 20th Century Boys, and there's a scientist named, you know, Professor Shikishima, which is a Tetsujin character. Where it's so funny that in the manga space, these creators can just like take other characters and do like, I'm going to do my own spin on this other character. It's like, imagine if you can just put like I'm going to put Harry Potter in my book.
Well, the thing is like that's a whole copyright issue and the culture around that lately.
Right. It's because there's like a more communal culture around in
But
the
also,
manga
there is
space. It seems like
a funny new take on Harry Potter in the anime space called Mashal. Maybe you should just.
let's not talk about Mashal. Let's not get on Mashal. But Domu, like, they were going through his panels and they were like showing the original art. You didn't miss the stream. We're just on a tangent.
Yeah, we're just talking about whatever now. It's fine.
Yeah. That they were showing his original drawings and how Otomo didn't even use whiteout. He drew like this old man who's got like all these cords and all these accoutrements around him, and he didn't use any whiteout. He just drew it all line over line.
Wow. Yeah, that's insane. Like, I don't know. Like, I tried drawing like manga physically for a bit there. You know, I had that drawing desk and a whole bunch of actual, like, you know, deleter paper and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. And it is intimidating to go in with an ink pen. And I think the thing that makes it easier for you to just like jump in and make these really confident lines, and they do it super quick. You can see in the Monben videos. It's insane how quick they do it. And I imagine some of that's made a lot easier because of the fact that it's just like, yeah, we can white it out. There's still an eraser for it, and it doesn't leave a trace once you scan it. Man, that's gonna be insane.
All right, let's go back to Ryan from the anime, man.
Yeah, that's more important.
I don't know if this one is Ryan. I know one of them is named Ryan.
Just because it's so cool.
A couple of them could be named Ryan.
Anime kind of
3 of them are named Ryan.
But it could be yours, and I definitely recommend
Ryan, Brian,
like
and Tryon.
None of my favorite animes would ever exist without Astro Boy. Look at this Astro Boy popcorn bucket.
Speed Racer. Why does it say 63? Pause.
Wait, did they put the wrong year in?
Why did it say 1963? Speed Racer is from 1967, so it should be later on the timeline. It is like, you know, directionally it's in the right spot.
Was the manga 63?
No. So the Speed Racer was made to be an anime. There are mangas. There was originally a manga called Pilot Ace, which is by Tatsuo Yoshida. But then the actual Speed Racer manga, it was a media mix project. So they all came out around the same time.
Some editor insight. I'm guessing what they did in order to make this timeline template was copy and paste.
Oh, it looks like Shabes was supposed to catch that stuff. So
okay. So it's Shabes'
Cinema Sins ding.
No, but genuinely, it's like, I think from my experience as an editor, I absolutely would have copy pasted the numbers to keep all the formatting the same. And so they probably copy pasted everything and forgot to change the 3 to a 6 or whatever it was supposed to be.
Being real, in my Bubblegum Crisis video, I labeled what episode each song is from, and to this day it makes me want to drive a nail into my skull that I accidentally put episode 5 because I was on one of the songs that's not from episode 5 because I was copy pasting the text.
Yep.
So I understand the pain.
It happens. That's what YouTube descriptions are for.
But I will say, I genuinely am a big fan of Speed Racer, and you know I'm a huge Speed Racer fan. So I am curious to see, because I think that I do watch stuff when I do watch an anime from the 60s. I am going in acknowledging that this is going to be from the 60s. There's I understand that I am looking at it through the lens of, okay, but this is a 60s anime. Because if you look at my mal that I posted where all the 60s anime I watch, they have pretty high scores, but it's because I'm grading them on a curve of, oh, this looks way better than Space Patrol Hopper, which looks like shit from that era.
Yeah, it's for the context for the time and all that stuff. Yeah, I totally get that.
Yeah, and I'm saying that because with Speed Racer, I do that, but to a lesser degree, because I genuinely think it's a very fun show. Okay. And I do really like. It's
just aged better than other old stuff. That's good.
It has, especially and that includes the English dub, which I was even just messaging. I replied to a tweet from Mother's Basement today that Speed Racer got lucky that it didn't need to be as edited as all the anime that came after it, because there were less regulations on TV at that time. So it's even though they changed the names, it's fairly it's way more accurate than something like a Battle of the Planets or I can't say Star Blazers. I haven't seen Star Blazers, but like parts of Robotech are just like a complete mess. Whereas like Speed Racer is from that old era. Voltron is one I was thinking of. It's a complete mess of a adaptation. But Speed Racer is very close to that original vision, and it has it has the spirit of the original Japanese version.
Okay.
And so that Speed Racer is like sort of an exception. So I'm very curious what they're going to say about Speed Racer, because I think this is one where you don't need to.
I actually have a personal connection to this anime. So my Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu instructor always makes fun of me for watching anime. But the one anime he ever watched was Speed Racer. And when I texted him I was going to watch it, he said one thing. Only one is good. Speed Racer. The anime follows Go Mifune.
Is that true, John?
Go Mifune. Pause.
Yeah, Go Mifune.
Go Mifune. Go Mifune. It sounds a little Irish.
Speed Racer. The anime follows Go Mifune, or otherwise known
Mifune.
as his name was
Mifune.
Add a little bit of spice to it.
Yeah, a little Go Mifune.
Changed in the U.S. localization.
I think it's fine. A couple mispronunciations here and there.
He competes in literally the craziest races ever with his car Mach 5 with the help of his girlfriend, his family, and his pet chimp that he, for some reason, has. Speed Racer was one of the first anime to see success with an international audience, paving the way for anime globalization. After some time passed, the rights to Speed Racer went to an American company called Speed Racer Enterprises. First adapted into a cartoon in the 90s.
Oh yeah, Shaves, I saw that post. I think you sent to John or in a group chat saying that they twice got Eiichiro Oda mixed up with Eiji Aonuma.
Love Speed Racer that much that they were instrumental in getting the live-action adaptation off the ground. Okay, Speed Racer was actually so famous back in the day. Like, literally, pause this video and call your parents right now and ask if they watched it. Actually, wait, I'm gonna do it right now.
This is crazy that he has to.
Dad,
can you pause for a second?
Do you know Speed Racer?
It's kind of crazy that I guess because like I grew up just naturally interacting with Speed Racer because I've mentioned this in my video where it was on Cartoon Network a ton. They had bumpers with Speed Racer. So I don't know about you because I know you always said you grew up without cable, but it's interesting that I'm getting the sense that he didn't grow up with Speed Racer at all, and like the fact that Speed Racer was like in the American consciousness is like strange to him, because not only was Speed Racer something that I saw on TV, but also it was parodied in like every show I watched as a kid. Dexter's Lab had a Speed Racer parody episode. Family Guy had a Speed Racer parody.
Yeah, so, I wouldn't say I've seen it as much, and even if it's like I don't know, even seeing parodies of it, it's like it's not in my cultural consciousness still. Even if I see a bunch of parodies of it, it's like something that's beyond what I know.
I would argue it was probably the most popular anime in the United States until Pokemon.
I mean, I agree with that based on my own personal recollection, because I mean, I even watched pretty much all of Speed Racer because I rented it from a video store. I was like, oh, this looks like a fun cartoon. And I just remember it specifically because I kept watching more and more episodes, and the episode list would not diminish at all over the course of hours and hours of watching it. I did not know how many episodes were there, but I assume it was close to 50 if it stuck it that clearly in my mind. Okay, I'm seeing Hayden in the chat is now saying that you're in a call with Shaves with a fractured skull holding a pencil. Do you know Hayden? Is Hayden making fun of me, or is it just another person who's gotten mixed up?
I've never heard of this Hayden person in my entire life.
Yeah, I think you're
probably not. Also, I do know who Izzy Boy is. And Izzy Boy is younger than the anime man. Izzy Boy.
Izzy Boy. And the Weeb Crew podcast.
The Weeb Crew podcast.
Babies.
But if you guys are just joining, I was just saying how it's interesting that the anime men learned through the process of this video, seemingly learned that Speed Racer had a huge that there was a huge awareness of Speed Racer as a even though it was an anime in the United States, which it seems like they didn't know that was the case.
I don't know, the way he's wording it here, it sounds like he knew that the previous generation was well aware of it, but he was just not himself. Like, let's go through this section again.
As much that they were instrumental in getting the live-action adaptation off the ground. Okay, Speed Racer was actually so famous back in the day. Like, literally, pause this video and call your parents right now and ask if they watched it. Actually, wait, I'm gonna do it right now. Give me a second.
And he already mentioned his jiu-jitsu instructor also knew about it.
Yeah, what about it? Oh, did you used to watch it?
It's good.
All right. Bye. Yeah, see, Speed Racer, I promise you, it was a banger. While the series does follow,
Yeah, I feel like that's.
3-episode
He knew people who knew
random
it.
Stuff happens
He
in
knew
each
older people
episode.
who knew
You can
it.
literally go from him racing a huge car and it running into an oil tank to speed.
Mammoth
throwing
car,
animals.
iconic
The level of
episode.
violence is also
Mammoth
kind of
car,
crazy to see,
iconic
though.
episode.
Like, I swear they fire a gun in every single episode. Overall, I enjoyed Speed Racer and
I'm surprised they didn't
completely
mention your
understand why my
viral
YouTube coach gave
gun
it its
shooting
praise.
video.
I think the main
I know,
issue
even
with
Rebel
Speed
Taxi
Racer is that although it's incredibly
used
fun
that.
and random at times, most episodes follow the same formula where Speed races, villains tries to stop him or sabotage him, and he always wins. But at the same time, a ton of shows did that back then and still do it now. I'm looking at you, JoJo's. I could see Speed Racer being a super fun
I don't think that's a
show
good
that you can watch
comparison.
with your parents.
I think it's good to use comparisons for things that are analogous in some ways to modern stuff that people will get. I think that's a good way to get people invested in something that they wouldn't usually be interested in.
I think one of the most interesting things about Speed Racer, and this actually ties across all early Tatsunoko shows, at least the ones that were made, the ones before Tatsuo Yoshida was dying of horrible cancer, is that he had a huge focus on families, especially father-son relationships, or even older brother relationships. You have characters like Racer X. I think Racer X is one of the most interesting characters in Speed Racer. You also have later on in Gotcha Man, you have Red Impulse, who is essentially the main character's father, who faked his death so that his family wouldn't be a target for the bad guys. But he lives with this regret that he had to be separated from his son for his whole life. And you could kind of see maybe that was Tatsuo Yoshida being like, I founded this animation studio, and he had two sons back when he was making Space Ace, he had two sons. That maybe this is him being like how he feels, that he's separated from his son, and that he's providing for his family, and he's making a legacy at the same time he is not a part of their lives. And you can see that with Racer X is sort of like that, where he's like watching over Speed, but he always has to be away from him.
Yeah.
And he always has to hide his identity. And I that also comes up in like all the Tatsunoko heroes have some sort of relationship with their father that's somehow complicated. Except with Speed Racer, Paul Racer is like a big character, but it is more of a focus on the brother in the case of Speed Racer. So that's my thing with Speed Racer, is that I think that the most impactful relationship is the relationship between Speed and Racer X.
No, that totally makes sense.
And the fact that he didn't bring it up makes me furious. You've seen the iconic Car Hater episode, right? That's me right now.
Wow. Okay.
Do you remember that episode?
No, I don't remember that episode. Like I said,
So
I watched
the guy-
this as a kid. I don't remember much of it.
It's the episode where there's a guy named Mr. Trotter, and he loves horses, and he blows up cars because he says cars are dangerous and people die in cars. So he's going to blow up everyone's car and force people to ride horses.
Yeah, because horses never killed anyone.
Nope.
I'm a horse hater.
Or something.
So
and
he's
kind
in a
of understand the
garage
type of
to
nostalgia they
illustrate the
feel.
fact that he's watching Speed Racer. Like, Weeb Crew brought this up.
Do you think
Did they have to rent it out? Did they have to just like convince someone to do it, or is it like a family member?
I've said this, and people like kind of make it look. They are clearly like pretty wealthy. It seems.
It does, yeah. I mean, it looks like they're living in California, right? So
yeah, and I know that people say, well, they live in like a content mansion, so it's like, yeah, it's a mansion, but they have 6 people paying for it. But I still get the impression that they are well off.
they look
it's
like the kind of guys who would be well off.
Our friend Chad is from California, and he has talked about, it's funny going to a Southern California public school because you get people who are just like dirt poor in the same classes with kids who live in mansions.
Yeah.
Big like he was in video production class, and he's shown us videos that other people in his video production class made, and they're just fucking messing around in their mansion. It's like, whoa. It's like, we just filmed a funny video in our jacuzzi that's on the side of a cliff where you can see the Hollywood sign.
Yeah, I imagine. I guess there has got to be a really big gap there, because it's just like, it's so expensive to live there. No person content in the middle class would stay there very long, I assume. It would just be like, either you're going to be pretty wealthy or you're going to live in a bit of a hovel, and that's kind of all you can afford.
Shaves asked, when does Racer X? Racer X appears in episode 3. Now, he is originally called the Masked Racer. There's a couple of characters who, because of the struggle, the fast localization, there's a couple characters in Speed Racer who get localized names, but then their localized names changed a couple episodes in before they solidified it. In episode 3, he's introduced as the Masked Racer because he's Racer Common in Japanese. But I think a couple episodes in, maybe it's by episode 5, they properly give him the name Racer X, which is the name that sticks. If you notice, there's another character named Skullduggery who's introduced in the first episode, and his name is changed to a different pun. I think it's Snake. I think he's Snake Oiler. Snake Oiler might be a different character, but Skullduggery's name did change over the course of the show very early on.
And now, we're at Ashito no Joe.
Ashito no Joe. Joe is an arrogant, cocky teen who was failed by society, and the only way he can really show his emotions is through his fists. Meets his coach. The coach is like, I see something in him. He has hunger in his eyes. And Joe slacks off on his training, continues to scam the Yakuza, and eventually scams Yoko. He fights everyone in jail, but then he meets his main rival, Rikishi. Joe gets one punch into the face. He comes back up, and I think that's
why is the footage low quality
like,
now?
No matter how much
this is on 4K,
down,
bro.
You gotta get back up, but it also can be self-destructing.
Are they like the Ashito no Joe footage?
Yeah, look.
I don't see a problem with it.
It looks like doo-doo poop.
You, I think, are a bit of a snob.
Oh my
I think
god.
this was just fine.
Oh my god, this looks like the footage Shabes used in his Megalobox video.
No. I don't think Shape should stand for
Yeah,
that.
I went there.
I think you should fight in the ring.
They did use the One Piece sting. I noticed that.
The message, like, no matter how much society puts you down, you always gotta get back up, but it also can be self-destructing. Joe leaves the jail, and now his entire purpose is becoming a professional boxer.
4K.
Ashito no Joe shows off grief, PTSD, and it actually shows death. In the manga, he ends up fighting this guy called Jose. We're seeing Joe sacrifice his literal years of his life. His entire
you can hear they redubbed it.
Fight, a slaughter fest.
Because I think
Joe
Shape
saying,
said they got the
"No matter
name
what you
wrong.
do not throw the
And you can hear they added that in.
Oh yeah, they got mixed up with Jose Mendoza, I think.
They said Jose was like they added it in, but I think you said they originally called him something else. Shapes, yeah, Shapes had to correct that.
Be self-destructing. Joe leaves the jail, and now his entire purpose is becoming a professional boxer. Ashito no Joe shows off grief, PTSD, and it actually shows death. In the manga, he ends up fighting this guy called Jose. We're seeing Joe.
Okay,
yeah,
is versus
that was
Jose.
recorded later.
And they called him.
His entire purpose, it's a 15-round fight, a slaughter fest of Joe saying, no matter what you do not throw the towel. It was so goddamn peak that I instantly put it in my top 15, top 20 all time. Ashito no Joe became a cultural phenomenon, and I'm telling a mega cultural phenomenon. It ended up selling over.
They hijacked a plane over that shit.
If you've watched anime, you have seen an Ashito no Joe reference whether you like it or not. In an interview with New Type Shonen, I grew up on 70s shonen manga like Ashito no Joe, you see. I think I have a thing for the straightforward, honest, and hot-blooded passion in shonen stories. Please, I beg everyone watch this.
Oh,
And
they
please
said
DM
Carlos
me,
before.
and we can talk about how much we love Ashito no Joe. Because I love this man. I fucking love it. All the other anime, man. And watch Ashito no Joe.
Mazinger Z, considered to be one of the most important and influential mecha anime ever created. Many popular anime actually credit Mazinger Z as inspiration for their series. One of the most notable of these is Neon Genesis Evangelion. The creator of Evangelion, Hideaki Anno, states in an interview, "Actually, I only thought of renewing the genre. At its core, it's still Mazinger Z. I thought to myself how Mazinger Z would be if it was created today, with stuff like training the pilots in laboratories. However, this was quickly derailed. Hideaki Anno, the creator of
Hold on, pause it. He said, but then it was derailed, so he didn't.
Well, it still acted as an initial inspiration. I think that's fine.
But in a sense, you can say that for any mecha show. I don't think I personally for Mazinger, I don't think that's I don't think that's as apt as a comparison as you can make. The thing that's always, important to remember about mecha as a genre is that, for one, it is founded as it is sort of an analog for Japan's industrialization post the war. And with Tetsujin and Mazinger, the idea is that the robot is incredibly powerful and incredibly scary because it's a sort of analogy for nuclear energy. You know, Japan had to adopt nuclear energy, but many were afraid of it because they had seen how destructive it can be. And it's the idea of if we have this incredible power, we need to use it for good, even if it's scary. So it does sort of it lays bricks for the genre and even other genres build off of. You know, there's things like Ring ni Kakero and are sort of credited for popularizing shonen characters shouting the names of their attacks. But if you look back, that's actually in mecha anime. I think a lot of people point out Raideen, but in Mazinger he does it as well. He shouts Rust Hurricane when he does Rust Hurricane, right? Breast Fire, right? He does all that. So there's elements in Mazinger that you know, it's more vague, it's not very specific. But it is like foundational for anime as a whole. I think that maybe comparing it to Evangelion is the easy way to relate it to someone who's like a super normie.
I do think that is kind of the point, yeah. Because think about it, they've built up an audience of super normies with their previous content, right? You want to ease someone into that stuff. It makes total sense. Yeah, even Shapes is saying Ano and everyone was watching Mazinger Z and Blue Blazes, and there's tons of other Eva influences, but that's a decent one, enough one.
Okay.
I'm gonna agree.
I've said my piece.
While the rough draft of Eva was more comparable to Devilman, which is an anime.
Yes, I see. Okay, pause it, please. So the Devilman stuff is very visible in the final version of Eva, much more than Mazinger. That's
so they brought it up. Yeah, they did their due diligence.
Just hit play.
The initial plot of Evangelion was actually more similar to Mazinger Z. When he mentions pilots, it's important to note that Mazinger Z is considered the first anime to have a mech piloted by a human on the inside, something that has become extremely common and might even be the standard now. As for the actual anime, it's all around good. I think the first couple episodes do a great job at establishing the base stories along with its villains and characters and all their causes. My favorite anime of all time is Gurren Lagann, and watching Mazinger Z has made me realize how far mech animation has come. Mazinger Z is primarily an episodic series, so compared to a full-base story anime, you don't get to see as much development. So while watching, I had the mindset of enjoying it as if I was watching.
I'm glad I am glad that he like Gurren Lagann, so like I did find stuff that is genuinely like a positive. I think that I'm really hoping that this one of the anime men watched Zabungle, because if he likes Gurren Lagann, I think he will get a lot out of Zabungle. I will also say that I think Mazinger becomes a much more entertaining show after Count Brocken is introduced. However, Count Brocken is not introduced until like episode 40. So I understand someone being
good
like
at episode 40.
Once you get to episode 40, it's like the best. But like, yeah.
But yeah, someone should recommend Zabungle to him. Shapes, if you're still talking with them.
Well, I think Zabungle was on their list.
I would recommend.
So I'm hoping that it comes up in this video.
I don't think I saw that.
Oh, that sucks.
Doraemon. A hood classic, a childhood favorite. I've met many people.
Isn't this Doraemon series Lost Media?
Glazing it.
Isn't like the 77 one the one people know?
You should have been there. You should have watched as a grown up.
I'm not like a Doraemon guy. I've seen one Doraemon movie and I didn't actually care for it quite.
The 73 one is what they're put here.
Hood classic over and over again. They all told me you should have been there. You should have watched
Doraemon movie, no Shin-Chan movie.
I never heard of it.
Just gonna say it.
I mean, I was watching like SpongeBob and stuff, but now it is my time to right those wrongs and finally see what the hype was about. See what Doraemon was about. I've seen it. It's
just Doraemon in
treasure.
general.
But to start off, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I did not finish Doraemon. I mean, it's gonna take me forever to finish that show. It has like over 500 episodes. It's been going on since the 60s.
It has over 30 episodes, man.
OG show. It's also an episodic show, so the storyline it's not very linear. It's set in the 22nd century, and Doraemon is actually sent from the future from his great-grandson. His great-grandson is named Suishi, and he comes back from the future to give Doraemon back to our main character, Nobita. And essentially, Doraemon's whole goal is that apparently in the future, like his like lineage is absolutely cooked. So Doraemon is there to make sure that his lineage isn't cooked, to help Nobita throughout his life so that his family can eat good and make sure they're set up for life. And the way that he helps Nobita out is gadgets. This cat, Doraemon, is OP. He has infinite gadgets. Each episode, there's a new problem. Nobita is low-key an idiot, honestly. Like, he always messes up. He always gets greedy with the
Yo,
gadgets.
fuck
So
Nobita.
dummy.
Fuck him.
And Doraemon's like, "Alright,
Hate that
this show is
guy."
actually super funny, honestly. Even now, there's definitely humor that we can get as adults. And the gadgets are super creative, honestly. The whole show is honestly insanely creative for its time. It was a great show. Now for historical value, I mean, it's pretty obvious. Max prestige, 99 overall, Hall of Fame level. If it would put it in the Hall of Fame of anime, it is one of the most influential shows in anime history. It originally came out in 1969, and even till 2025, this show is still having impact. Basically, every mangaka to this date references Doraemon as an inspiration, an OG of anime history. They even remastered in 2005. All these episodes is still going. According to The Guardian, Masahiko Komura, an LDP lawmaker in the foreign ministry at the time, appointed Doraemon as Japan's first animation ambassador. To promote Japan, Doraemon was the head figure of that. It is insane to me. I didn't even realize all this about Doraemon. I mean, I literally just heard of Doraemon, sadly, only 5 years ago. I've seen Doraemon toys everywhere, so I'm very honored.
I can see that though. I feel like it is like referenced a lot in Japanese things, but as far as just like any foothold in American culture, I've seen almost nothing.
That does remind me of when I was watching one of the Puss in Boots movies, and our friend Tyler goes, "Is that the One Piece cat?" Oh. I like that he referred to the Toei Puss in Boots as the One Piece cat.
Yeah, because he shows up in every episode of One Piece. It's great. Yeah, the truth here is also saying that Doraemon influential. It's just it's extremely popular, but like I say, it's influential to Japanese people.
Yeah, I mean, I the manga author for Heavenly Delusion said that, I mean, his two biggest influences are Fujiko Fujio and Katsuhiro Otomo.
Yeah.
Which is two very funny influences to have. Yeah. My biggest influences are Doraemon and Akira.
Like, the biggest connection I have with Doraemon is just that Danganronpa's Monokuma is voiced by the voice of Doraemon. Like, in two separate occasions. Like, two different voice actors.
Have you checked out the manga? I think it's over, actually. I think it just ended. But it's called Chuck Beans.
Chuck Beans.
And it's a parody of Doraemon, where it's a talking that comes back from the future, and he tries to be like the Doraemon to this guy's Nobito, but he just tells him to go fuck himself, and so he becomes homeless and lives under a bridge.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
Chuck Beans. I haven't heard of that.
Yeah. I think it's on the Shonen Jump app.
Oh, dang. If I ever heard of that. I'm pulling up a picture of it now. There, Chuck Beans.
Are you putting it on screen?
Yeah.
Oh, there it is. Yep.
Oh, I think I might have seen like a little bit of this. And it must have been from the app then. Because I don't remember where else I would have seen this. Huh. Okay.
Yeah, I heard it was pretty funny. I was one of the Shonen Flop guys recommended it.
Oh, okay, yeah, I'm seeing Weirdy saying, yeah, missed chance to bait Norm, you had connecting it to Taco P, because I definitely recognize that connection. I've only watched the first episode of Taco P. I could not handle more, but yeah, that's definitely one to connect it to.
Whoa, what's with the? Whoa, we're seeing Ben's computer. Whoa,
no, don't dox me. All right,
in
we're
the
good.
past video, I watched the first clip, but the first clip was only 30 seconds long, and it was like original cut, and it was literally just audio. Now, for my rating of Doraemon, it is very hard to rate.
I would love if you still went, honestly, F tier.
But for the 12 episodes that I watched,
No, I do like that they're not like pretending like for shows they don't like. They're like, yeah, we're still not.
But instead, I was just giving it a rating as words. I'm gonna be saying Doraemon is peak. It is a must watch. I think that everyone should go back and just watch 10 episodes.
It's a little difficult to watch, but we appreciate it.
I wish I watched it as a kid. I'm very jealous. For anyone watching this video, anyone watching this part, influence rating, do I really have to say it's a 10 out of 10? Are you serious? This has insane impact, insane influence. One of the most influential animes of all time.
All right.
This is mecha anime in 2018. Oh no, we got a pilot.
I like how the caption spelled M-E-C-C-A.
I want to. Can you pause for a second?
Yeah.
I just want to say, I don't like the implication that mecha anime only became overtly sexual in 2018 with Darling in the Franxx. I want to say we've been Aquarion came out in 2006, buddy.
Yeah, there's been sex before 2006.
Well, with Darling in the Franxx. Okay, I won't go on my Darling.
The classic tangent.
But yeah. I was just gonna say that mechs that use like a sort of the sex, like the sexual relationship between the pilots was not an original concept from Darling in the Franxx. It's also in Aquarion and it's also in Godanner. Of the three, I think Godanner is my favorite. Okay, my opinion over.
Okay. Last time I watched Mobile Suit Gundam, I actually gave it a C tier. I am so stupid for ever even thinking that. When I sat down and really just watched the anime, I could see things that I didn't see before when I only watched the first episode. One, it's dark. Gundam, I did not expect to be surprisingly dark and also the most plot-focused story. There's literally an episode where his mom realizes he's prone to like killing because he became so forced to killing. There's a lot of good and deep stuff in this story, and it's because it's the blueprint, man. You gotta watch it. This anime actually isn't episodic, but it feels like it is, and we get to see some parts of the story develop as it goes on. But what I think is even cooler is the art style, bro. How did they cook this hard in 1973? My goodness.
1973.
Designs in itself,
Bro,
yeah,
they were only
making
making Lost Media Doraemon. That was...
character designs
No,
I've
it's
ever
cool.
like seen
They
in my
put it
life.
in a
The
edit
director
note.
of the anime, Yoshiyuki Tomono, was part of the World War II generation, so he used Gundam and the time he was born to create a realistic war scenario. You can so easily see this with Zeon. Do you guys not see the resemblance right here? Look at Zeon. Before Gundam, we had shows like Mazinger Z, which was literally cool robots with cool powers defeating monsters in an episodic anime of the week style, you know. Well, guess what? Gundam was the first not to follow the order. Gundam changed the formula. We see our 15-year-old MC
That's not actually. That's not.
Go from
I could be. Oh, but actually, Vanguard Ace actually has a serialized story. But I'm not. I'm glad he liked it. Are you happy, Ben?
Okay, good.
normal
We'll
young
just leave it
kid
at that.
to someone who literally fights with PTSD and grief on his side. On top of this, he becomes desensitized to mass murder and war. Like, there is real stuff going on in this anime. Obviously, it's still a kid show, it's catered towards teens, but there was like a lot of death in this story. Now let's talk about influence. If you think you were influential, well, think again. Because Gundam has
I thought I was
literally
influential.
influenced every single
I thought you were
mecha
influential
anime,
too. They named
whether you
Monben
like
after
it
you.
or not.
Yeah, come
Blood
on.
Iron Orphans, you heard of that? Evangelion, you heard of that?
Wait.
They said Blood Iron Orphans?
Yeah.
Has
Wait.
literally influenced
Also,
every
I don't think it's
single
right to
mecha
say
anime,
Gundam inspired
whether you like it
a
or
Gundam
not.
show.
Blood
Like,
I mean, it did. I mean, this show would absolutely not exist if the original Gundam didn't exist.
That's true. They literally put Gundam in the title. It was so influential on it.
Wow.
That's a little silly.
And Blood Iron Orphans.
And Blood Iron Orphans.
You heard of that? Evangelion, you heard of that? Gurren Lagann, you heard of that? 86, you heard of that? You know what's crazy too?
What's
You would
86?
think
Is that 0086?
I'm joking. It's a mecha anime.
Oh, it is? Okay, I didn't know
But
that.
it's a mecha anime, but it's very popular. Like, I've noticed, like, people who are new to anime, I don't know what about the algorithm always gets them 86, but it's usually, if someone's talking about 86, it weirdly means they're usually new to anime, because for some reason the algorithm always projects it at people who are new to anime.
Funny.
Hear that? You know what's crazy too? You would think this anime is probably one of the most popular anime of all time. Well, you're wrong. Actually,
No, what?
the only reason you like Gundam right now is because of Bandai Namco.
It's not true.
And the amount of Gunplas that were sold. They cultivated an entire audience who loved the model kits, which helped keep the franchise alive. The merchandise aspect of Gundam.
I'm going to give a good faith reading. I think what he means is trying to how the show, like, it did poorly on TV, but it still had fans, and because it had so many fans, you know, the Gunpla sales and then also the soundtrack sales were very high.
I think the way he worded it, he meant it to be something like, you wouldn't like it today if it, you know, like, you wouldn't even know of it today if it weren't for the fact that it had been kept alive through these sales. I can understand the sentiment there.
I get what he's trying to say. It's worded a little silly, but
reason the fandom has lasted for 40 years and become one of the most successful franchises of all time. Without merchandise sales as the backbone of the series, we may never have gotten the multi-billion-dollar enterprise we have today. And we need to think
I love industry, so
mega corporations. Thank God.
Should not watch Gundam or that Gundam was not important. Just literally for 1 second, just talk to them and slap them in the face because they have no idea how popular.
Can't believe the
anime. Oh, Ben, you're gonna get it, Ben. You're done.
How much money the Gunplas in the series has made? Like, bro, he deserves a bag.
Get this man a bag.
Is that a Zoomerism? I don't know.
It sounds like it's slang for money.
Izzy boy in the chat. Is that like a thing you say?
Sounds like it's slang for money.
It's okay.
But yeah, anyone feel free to jump in and let us know.
Watching today is Lady Oscar, the Rose of Versailles. It was a story written by Ryoko Ikiba,
the Rose of
who was known
Versailles.
for combining her political narratives with her romantic themes in her shoujo work. It's essentially about a woman named Oscar Francois de Jargeas. I hope I said that right. Please tell me if I didn't. But it's essentially about a woman who grew up as a man. And this all happened because her father, who happened to be the general of the royal guard, decided he wanted his son to follow in his footsteps. But unfortunately for him, he already had 4 daughters, and when he had his 5th, turned out to be another girl, so he decided to raise her as a man. It's also
maybe I miscounted. I must have miscounted.
Man, she was constantly ignoring her feminine
seeing
qualities.
double.
She then went on to serve Marie Antoinette before her eventual ruling as queen.
It doesn't matter because they only get mentioned like once later in the series.
Maximilian Robespierre and General Zarzé are woven into
I know who
the story
Robespierre is.
alongside original characters. Now this anime is intriguing because it painted an ugly picture showcasing how the poor people lived.
Apparently bag is slang for either a lot of money or a fancy basketball move.
Luxury and had such
Nice.
trivial issues. I can easily see how influential this story is, not because it's gripping, but because of how it shaped shoujo itself. And I'll read a quote.
If the emphasis on familial love and parental attachment seems unusual, it is important to remember that the imbrication of familial love.
Someone closing a door in the background.
Yeah, someone's running away. Oh no, he's talking about Rose of Versailles!
Get out of here!
Away from narratives aimed at younger readers.
Akita paved the way for the medium, including serious historical and political themes, including class conflict, ethics of revolution, and court issues. Because of how personal these relationships feel, it gives the story the freedom it needs in order for you to care about politics. And when it comes to gender, the story will 100% push the boundaries of what's defined normal when it comes to the role of a woman. Lady Oscar is a character written with power and authority. She's constantly at a discourse when it comes to her own identity and her own expectations. The Rose of Versailles prove that shoujo can be about women and talk politics or revolution at the same time. Now, as you guys can see, that this anime or story is probably one of the most influential shoujo works of all time, and in general, one of the most influential anime of all time. Now, personally, I really enjoyed this anime, and I would recommend it to anyone wanting to give it a watch.
I would too. I watched it earlier this year and I gave it a 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Say Yatsura, where do I begin? Basically, the show starts off with an alien invasion on Earth, which can only be stopped if the main character, Ataru, wins a game of tag against Lum, an alien, which she does, but I don't think I can show that scene on.
There's a lot of people talking about 67 in the chat. Does that make sense to you? I'm not making
it's a pun. They're making fun of 86.
Oh, okay.
But from that point on, it feels kind of.
I think they are.
I say this because a lot of the episodes revolve around.
What have you explained yourselves?
Things up, and Lum comes in and eventually fixes it, which causes some divide between the two, which is ultimately fixed by the end of the episode. 1 minute things are totally fine, and then the next, Ataru is getting chased by Lum's ex-husband, who turns into like a big gorilla thing. It's actual chaos most of the time, and it's completely unpredictable what happens next. But that also makes it really interesting and fun to watch. I see a lot of similarities with this anime and more recent animes, mostly when it comes to character writing. The main character, Ataru, closely resembles those characters that are lazy, low-life, and even
apparently it said Arisa Yatsura was S tier in the original video.
Even early parts
they did, because they said it was the first Gunner anime, I think.
Hero, Rent a Girlfriend, those types of animes.
I'm glad it's maintaining that S tier, it seems.
Mirror this type of style nowadays. I think arguably the biggest contribution that Urusei Yatsura has made to anime overall is creating the waifu concept. Everyone knows what that is, and it has become a huge cornerstone.
Actually, Azumanga Daioh is the origin of waifu.
Anime is considered the first waifu.
Not my waifu.
Pioneering this
not
concept
my waifu.
has become so so common that virtually every anime uses it is actually crazy. And not only that, she is considered the first tsundere, something that's become a very common personality type across pretty much every anime. Urusei Yatsura was
That's
actually
debatable,
Mama's
but
first
okay.
commercially successful story, which made it a stepping stone for her other works. And not only that, a lot of people attribute anime works straight to Urusei Yatsura. Notably, the creator of Evangelion, as well as Studio Gainax, who contribute some of the studio's creation to Urusei Yatsura. I mean, just based on the waifu fact alone, Urusei Yatsura is one of the most influential anime of all time, and I would highly recommend watching it.
All right, so here's the thing. Macross is my favorite anime, and it is an anime that whenever I see someone is watching it, I want to just like vomit my thoughts of it on them. I desperately want Chad to watch it because I want to just be like, I need to like explode these thoughts onto you. Right now, Himmel, the iconic Gundam watcher, is watching Macross. And listen, love the guy. Here's the thing. He is watching it dubbed, and I can't criticize because I originally watched it dubbed.
Yeah, it's just an essential first step.
And the thing is that like now I've seen it so many times. I've seen it all the way through like 3 times now, that it's like there's so much specificity and there's so much more to pull from the show if you watch it in Japanese, that I just want people to watch it in Japanese. But at the same time, I tell myself, like, I know that I'm only thinking this way because I've let this show live in my brain for so many years.
Yeah.
That a normal person isn't going to pick up on these things. I was just saying on Twitter how like Macross is sort of like the story of the enthusiast to graduating to a professional, because Hikaru Ichijo is this airplane enthusiast who gets like sucked into a war. He basically gets drafted into being a fighter pilot. And it's sort of like Shoji Kawamori and Haruhiko Miyamoto, where they began as enthusiasts who were attending fan events, but they got sucked into the industry. And then also you have the Daikon Films boys, who are those are the Gainax men, who worked on the show. And you have stuff like Noboru Ishiguro is essentially as the veteran guiding Kawamori into the industry as he directs, as Ishiguro directs Kawamori's show, as like the veteran who's there to guide him. And same thing, Ichiro Itano is doing that with Hideaki Anno, because they realize Anno is such a good actor working under Itano. Itano was already a veteran, having worked on Ideon and Gundam. And so you can see that reflected in Macross through Hikaru and Minmay, who are both sort of they're enthusiasts who get sucked into having professional careers suddenly.
Yep,
Minmay
I've
is
already
just
seen
this
Weeb
girl.
Crew posting about Minmay, so yep.
Yeah. Minmay is just this girl who runs a Chinese restaurant and sings for fun, but she becomes this massive idol. And what's great is that they're Japanese voice actors, Hikaru's and Minmay's. It was their first role, so they were also completely new.
Oh, that's cool. That's fun meta aspect to it.
And then the voice actors for Roy and Claudia are Noriko Ohara for Claudia and Akira Kamiya for Roy Fokker, who are both veteran voice actors. So it's all reflective of that. The idea of being an enthusiast who gets sucked into this professional, and like all the how that affects your life and how it makes you grow as a person. It's all in Macross. But again, this is someone who's been thinking about this show for 15 years. So I'm curious what they say.
You could really pick up.
That's not something you pick up on your first try, especially if you're watching the fucking Vic Mignogna dub. Yeah. I understand that, but
you were cutting out not enough so that we couldn't understand you. We just lost half a word here and there. But maybe we should try disconnecting the call and calling back so that we can try to get through.
Sure.
All right, hello?
Hello.
All right. Let's see if that helped out a bit. I'm still going to share my screen with you, though, so give me a sec. Go. All right. Let me make sure it's still coming through on stream. Can you talk?
Yes, hello, it is me.
All right. Well, you sound good, so let's hope that you don't cut out too much.
Sure.
But yeah, that is like very interesting information, but yeah, it's like not obvious from the very even if you were to watch it with the subs, I don't think it would be that easy to pick up on, at least I assume.
Yeah, and I see Weeb Crew said bro just did research by watching Lex's bad video. What is that? Does Lex have a Macross video?
I don't know.
Say in the chat if he does. We're going to watch the Anime Men in the meantime.
Well, let's watch through this and see, and I'm sure you'll have plenty to yell at them about.
The Epcot ball was finished, but most importantly, Macross came out. And no, it's not this Macross.
Was Macross more important than the Epcot ball being built?
100%.
Okay, good. Just needed to know that.
Or that one. How many Macrosses are there? Okay, it's the Super Dimension Fortress Macross. But first, maybe a little context on how Macross came to be. Studio Nue was a design group that consisted of these guys, who worked along Artland to make Macross.
Wait a minute! They watched my video!
I can't believe they never brought that up!
Literally spanned decades. If you want to find out more in depth about how Macross was actually made, I definitely suggest checking out this video.
Wait a minute.
Whoa.
I know that guy.
His name is so blurry, I can't make out his name.
Yeah, I can't make it out. It looks stupid.
It's pretty cool.
It's like super informative and it's really good. Now I know what you guys might be wondering. Oh, Sam, what happens in Macross? The question you should be asking is, Sam, what doesn't happen in Macross? Are you a romance person? Well, boom, here's like a super well-written and constructed romance triangle that sometimes turns into like a romance square because there's like 4 people. And if you want action, they got these crazy mecha fights that is like so insane looking. And you want music? It has some of the best anime
Oh no, Star Pro episodes! Don't use Star Pro episodes!
I won't get into a summary that much because I kind of want you guys to experience Macross for yourself. But like basically, there's like this really big
Yeah, this doesn't matter. Just watch the show. You're good.
Yeah, don't want to spoil it.
They were pretty optimistic on how futuristic like society would be in 2008. Like let's actually see what happened in 2008.
Soaring gas prices, falling home prices, and rising unemployment.
Okay, maybe 2008 wasn't that.
Well, weren't things futuristic across? Granted, I only know what you've told me. Weren't things only mostly futuristic because of the fact that they got the
alien technology?
Technology from the ship?
It was actually worse in the Macross world because the Macross ship lands in 1999, and that leads to the Unification Wars, which is actually that's why Roy Fokker left Hikaru Ichijo's flying circus to enlist, was because he was fighting in the Unification Wars. So what they show in the first episode is that the Unification Wars were horrible and that like it wiped out a lot of the Earth's population before 2009. He says 2008. It's 2009. 2009 when the Macross battleship was completed.
I think he mostly wanted to make a joke about the 2008 housing crisis. But also, it is funny that they fast forwarded through the plot at like 1.5 times speed.
Good. So the story surrounds our main character, Hikaru, and the other main character / freaking awesome idol singer, Min-Mei. Their dynamic I thought was really cool and interesting. You guys have to thank Min-Mei for Japanese idol representation in anime.
No, you have to thank Seiko Matsuda, but yeah, Min-Mei wasn't a popular character.
This big race of giant aliens, and they're actually only ever taught one thing: war. It immediately brings in, for me at least, like the nature versus nurture debate. These people were born and bred for war.
I think there is something, and this is something I'd like to rewatch Macross with, is that I think that the idea of the Zentradi only know one thing, but then they meet the humans and they learn. They call it protoculture, but it's just culture, basically.
Yeah.
That sort of ties in with the idea of the enthusiasts who become professionals, is that with all these enthusiasts, suddenly you're getting anime that's made by people who grew up with anime. It's very different from... That's why 80s anime hits so different, quote unquote, is because you have that's like the first generation of otaku who joined the industry.
Okay, yeah.
And you can see that reflected with the Zentradi, who they go onto the Macross ship to spy on them, but they become so enraptured in the idol culture that they wind up adapting, right? And and in the end of the show, we actually see they run a store that sells vinyl toys and model kits.
Oh.
So it's sort of like yes, you have these enthusiasts who get sucked into the industry, but you also have they're changing the industry and they're bringing culture into the industry. They're bringing something into it and changing it for positive. And you see the Zentradi, like Britai, who's poised as the main villain, coming to the Macross ship to be like, let's talk about this. Let's make a deal. And I love that the character who's like he's the big angry giant. But then like when they learn about culture, they're like, let's negotiate.
Let's try this thing out.
It's very interesting. But yeah, we can hit play there.
Everything they do surrounds war. Is it really their fault that they're constantly fighting each other and fighting other races and planets and people? It's really interesting to see these like innately bad warriors like try and become good. As my great friend Parthenox once said, what is better, to be born good or to overcome evil through great effort? I think that quote is a perfect representation of Macross. I also think the characters are really good. My personal favorite being Hayase. I thought she was kind of cool. Also, Captain Global, I swear, bro, his hat gets bigger in every episode. I thought I was tripping. The influence of Macross can literally be seen everywhere.
Is that
the
true, John?
Japanese idol representation, these great musical themes.
That his hat gets bigger?
Yeah.
It's like really
I've never really thought about it, but maybe.
Along with its like really good
Can't believe this.
I guess
noob has figured this out before you.
The anime men are teaching me now.
Macross showed that in a time of anime that a lot of times was kind of meant for kids, there could be this beautiful work of art that has such good storytelling and music. I implore you to check out Macross. All right, guys, I'm riding in my spaceship because my boyfriend is a pilot. Anyway, check out Macross.
Epic Minmay reference. Ben, you wouldn't get it.
No, I would never understand.
Okay, in the last video, we gave Captain Tsubasa's first episode a C tier, and I have no clue why. We should have at least given it a minimum B.
You should have given it an F tier. Fuck soccer. Who needs that? Not even a real sport.
So good. You're automatically thrown into the story without any fluff. And the rivalry versus the unstoppable Force Tsubasa.
I actually watched Kaneko Video's recent sub for the Captain Tsubasa movie and didn't like it. I was like, man, soccer doesn't do it for me.
Well, maybe it's I don't know. I feel like the series would probably do it better. I don't know. The structure of sports anime, and I assume this would be one of the progenitors of it, is just exciting no matter what. I'm not into any sports at all, but I still like sports.
It's no Star of the Giants, Ben. But the thing with those movies is that it's like the slam dunk movies where it's like it's just the characters go somewhere and play a game and it's 40 minutes. So
yeah,
it's like if you're not invested,
you can't get the whole flow of a sports anime is the kind of like progression of it. It's the slow build up of tension and stakes and all that stuff. So it's hard to make a good movie out of it, I assume.
Player Roberto, who has literally the craziest backstory for a kid's show. Like, I was watching this and tearing up, bro. This anime is not only pure entertainment, but also has a ton of comedic moments, and it'll make you want to just.
Yeah, I like that you can tell that these guys actually like the show or not, or just trying to pay their respects.
Glaze it.
Yeah.
Like so wholesome and like uplift each other. It was beautiful. The most obvious connection to Captain Tsubasa is Blue Lock, and this might be a hot take. Don't grill me. But I actually enjoyed Captain Tsubasa more than Blue Lock. I love Blue Lock, but Captain Tsubasa.
Oh, Blue Lock! I was the subtitle said like Bullock, and I was like,
extremely talented. Also wanted to create a
he's kind of muddling up the word.
It's just wholesome.
Gotcha. Did I tell you my story about Blue Lock? Where I went back home last year to visit my family, and my mom says, "Did you see that big anime movie? Your brother was really excited about it." And I said, "Oh, The Boy and the Heron? No, I actually haven't seen it yet." And my mom goes, "That's not what it was called." And I was like, "What? What movie then?" And she goes, "Hold on, let me check." And she's checking through her phone, looking at her text conversations with my brother. And she goes, "Okay, Blue Lock the movie."
Oh.
And I was like, "No, Mom, I haven't seen the big anime movie, Blue Lock the movie."
Well, it's the big movie. How'd you not see it?
So it was big for him, apparently. My brother was a big fan.
He was talking it up.
Mm-hmm.
No, Mom, trust me, it's the most popular anime movie. That's why I like it.
Tsubasa and his teammates, and especially his coach Roberto, is just awesome to see. The only criticism I would give this show is that the pacing's a bit slow, but luckily there's also a 2018 version, so if you want something a little faster paced, I would recommend watching that. If you like Blue Lock or any sports anime for this matter, I would 100,000% recommend watching Captain Tsubasa.
Dragon Ball.
So I'm here to talk about the burning statement.
Oh, can you pause for a second?
Yep.
Okay. I need to pull an Infinity Castle.
Okay, I don't know what that means.
Well, I'm not sure if you heard, but at a recent showing of Demon Slayer Infinity Castle.
Okay, now I remember.
Okay, I'm gonna pull an Infinity Castle real quick. I'll be right back. If you want to just watch the Dragon Ball segment with the chat and commentate, I'll be right back. Okay, BRB.
All right, we'll stop it at the end of the Dragon Ball segment. We all know that John hates Dragon Ball. Oh, hey, Michael's in the chat. Talk about anime tables. Yeah, I don't think John talks about anime that much with his parents, but I guess his brother's enough into it. Like I know his brother likes a decent amount of anime things, so I guess there's that. You should have seen one time he recorded like him at his he went back home to New York for a bit, and he got his mom talking about like old cartoons that he and his brother had watched, and how his mother agreed that everything that John watched was peak cartoons compared to his brother's cartoons, which were not as good a few years later. And it's just funny to see like just like, oh, Cat Dog, yeah, that was amazing. That was the funniest shit. It's just very funny to see his mom talking about cartoons like that. Yeah, John hates anime.
Literally pissed off the entire anime community. Goku with a tail. I've never seen that before. I've never really watched Dragon Ball.
Never seen Goku with the tail.
Something I picked up. I knew about it in modern iterations.
Yeah, the first time I actually saw like the original Dragon Ball stuff and not Dragon Ball Z. Granted, I didn't have a cable, so I didn't watch Dragon Ball Z either. But I picked up the manga because that's the only thing I had access to, is by going to Borders every once in a while. And in the first chapter, it shows his penis up in front, and as like a probably 11-year-old child, I was like, how on earth did anyone get away with this? Oh, hello.
Just the right moment.
Yeah, but see that penis in Borders that day, that was a life-changing experience. Yeah, so that was my experience with the original Dragon Ball. It wasn't the tail that got me.
We really did a double take, and then when we watched the first episode, I was like, oh, maybe it's funny if I poke fun at the fact that he has a tail. I'm like, what?
That wasn't funny.
So what's even worse, I'm Hispanic, so that's half my family that has banished me from ever setting foot in Mexico ever again. And I know how prevalent Dragon Ball Z is to like the Hispanic community, and I have basically disappointed every single one of them. And I am here to say I have failed as an anime fan, and I want to fix that. Essentially, Dragon Ball is about a kid named Son Goku who finds a girl named Bulma, then they go look for Dragon Balls, and they get stronger, then they get into tournaments, and then they fight, and then they look for the Dragon Balls again, because after summoning the dragon, you get one wish, and then they scatter all over the world, and that's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna talk about why Dragon Ball is probably one of the most important fictional stories of all time. So Toriyama found inspiration from Disney and Osamu Tezuka.
They got an actual picture of Toriyama. Wow.
But essentially, he watched Dalmatians and Astro
wasn't
Boy.
What picture
Going to Guy?
Those two and created his first story called Dr. Slump. And it won multiple awards after being on Shonen Jump for 4 or 5 years. So yeah, it's pretty successful. But shortly after he found this success, he decided to pivot and create another story called Dragon Boy, not Dragon Ball. Don't get that mixed up. And of course, after Dragon Boy, he started working on Dragon Ball, and you can see there's clear inspirations from Journey to the West. Dragon Ball was originally modeled after the ancient Chinese legend Sayuki, Journey to the West, also known as the Monkey King or even Monkey. In Sayuki, Son Goku is a powerful monkey born from a stone. Instead of being asked by Bulma
all right, he's
to
reading
help
from
find
the book
Dragon
to the
Balls,
class.
he is asked by Sanzo, a priest, to go from China to India in search of sacred sutras. So that's why there's a tail on Goku. Yeah, I get that now. I get it. But yeah, basically something that shows how important and significant Dragon Ball was to people who decided to pick up the stories from an article that I found. Basically, Eiichiro Oda, who used to be a manga assistant, he was assistants with other people as well. And they all
Where's Eiji
shorthand. Make the surface and the background of this panel like the ground on planet Namek. This gets it across to everyone. This is our common ground, Dragon Ball. This kind of shows how important the story is because it echoed across a generation of manga artists, and if that isn't significant, then I don't know what is. Seriously, Oda talking about Dragon Ball like this? Come on. Anyway, the
That's what a different generation where One Piece is bigger than Dragon Ball. I understand that that's been the case for some time now, but it is.
Who worked in the industry.
Yeah, man, Wano really did wonders for getting.
I'm just saying, like, I know it's always been. I know. Can you pause for a second?
Yeah.
I know. One Piece has always been huge in Japan, obviously, but it always felt like in the United States, maybe all of the Western world, but I'm mostly just talking from the United States.
Yep.
It always felt like One Piece was the lesser of the big three.
It was for so long, like insanely long. Yeah, and I really think it was Wano that did it, just like anecdotally. But the fact that new animation director, whose name I will not remember, don't ask, took over in Wano and just made everything a lot more flashy and clean and animated super well. Whatever they did to reorganize the staff and handle things from there on, made it look a lot more impressive, and I think that really helped. So even though the pacing is still atrocious, everything looked a lot better and was much more fun to watch episode to episode, and I think that really just did a whole lot of good for One Piece. Plus the Netflix show I think helped, but I think the biggest part was Wano.
Weirdy8, who I believe that is Dino Steven from Twitter. I recognize your icon, but that might just be someone using the same character. Nagamine is the animation director.
Oh, yeah, probably is. Yeah, honestly, I really don't remember names very well. I only remember a few key Japanese names that are important to me. Mr. Animation, that was his name. Thank you, Hayden.
Thank you, Hayden. Mr. Animation, of course, the iconic.
All right.
People's main assumption of it is just big guys yelling and non-stop fighting, but from what I've been reading, there's a lot of humility, heart, creativity, humor, comedy, and it's
so instead of COVID weebs, do One Piece fans call them Wano weebs? I feel like nobody really talks about what made One Piece pop off as much as I do, so maybe I can coin that term. Let's call them Wano weebs.
Oh yeah, I'll help. I'll start saying it. I'll say it passively.
Everyone hashtag Wano weebs.
Everyone is saying things about Mexico. I'm not sure how accurate it is, but they said like the cartel had a ceasefire because of his passing. But anyways, guys, it is clear to me that the reach of Toriyama is global, and I'm never gonna mistake Goku not having a tail ever again.
Dang.
Buster.
Interesting.
Buster. And keep in mind, it is only 6
Did they bust
episodes
goats?
long, and I loved every second of it. I wish it was longer. Gunbuster starts off with another girl as a main character, and her name is Noriko. They're essentially
another
fighting
girl.
These aliens
Wow.
that keep attacking older goat fight
I can't believe they got another one.
Gunbuster obliterates all of them and destroys the final alien. I was like, yo,
spoilers. This is what they jumped way ahead for Gunbuster. Jeez.
Yeah.
Actually disintegrates everything, and it cuts. It shows Noriko and Kazumi.
Oh my God! Wow,
Gunbuster completely destroyed. They've realized that.
Did I like see a comment about this? I'm trying to remember. Hold on.
Man, Speed Racer, they didn't even get to Racer X. Gunbuster, here's how the world ends.
Maybe that's just because that's what he found the most impactful from it. I'm not sure. But I think I saw like a comment about it.
That's understandable.
I want to make sure my overlay is set up for that. Did I see a comment or something on it? It would take forever for me to find it, wouldn't it? What if I Control F?
Yeah, Control F. You pieces of shit who spoiled Gunbuster.
I'm not seeing it.
Truth seems genuinely like pissed. I think I know Truth is currently watching Aim for the Ace, and I think his plan was to then watch Gunbuster since it starts off as a parody of Aim for the Ace.
Oh no!
And so
did they spoil it for you, Truth?
We've ruined his life.
Oh no! I'm so sorry.
Get back to Earth. Everyone they
well,
know
just ignore it then. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
12,000 years
erase it from your memory
as they approach the hometown of Okinawa.
Just don't pay attention to this, Truth. Don't look. Close your eyes.
conscience.
Close your eyes, close your ears.
Translating to welcome.
No, it didn't say anything.
Also,
Okay.
the debut of Evangelion director, which
You
is
can
kind
come
of
back
crazy.
now.
That was his first gateway, basically, into anime. His first hit. As we know, Evangelion.
It wasn't his gateway into
As far
anime.
as anime to this day, has one of the greatest stories of all time. Also, Gurren Lagann, the mech is completely from Gunbuster. And without Gunbuster, Evangelion would have been made. If Evangelion never made, all these other animes would have been made. But we're starting to see more stuff inspired by Gunbuster in these recent years, and I'm excited to see how many more shows pull from Gunbuster. I want to give Gunbuster a 10 in my heart. It's very hard.
Didn't Anno get the rights back?
I really wish it was like 12 episodes. That's all I'm
I don't
asking.
know.
12 episodes.
Because I mean, Imaishi got Panty and Stocking back. Did Anno get Gunbuster in that, or is the corpse of Gynax still holding it hostage? Someone in the chat, if you know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Evangelion is one of those anime that you will come away with and you will feel a strong emotion of something. It could be happiness,
of hatred for Evangelion.
It could be sadness. It could be revulsion. And I know this entire review and description is kind of vague, but I feel like Evangelion is the only anime I can kind of do that for. Evangelion was made 30
You can't
years
spoil
ago,
that.
and
Like,
people
you
still
can spoil
talk about it like it was
Gunbuster.
made yesterday. Evangelion gets brought up everywhere. You go to any anime store.
Okay, Shapes
they
with
got
the
Evangelion
confirmation
front
that
row. They
Kara
got
does have
Evangelion right there. They got
Gunbuster, which is
Evangelion
also
there.
why their
And I'm gonna
release
be
went
honest,
out of
guys,
print recently,
I
it seems.
cannot possibly tell you the influence and importance that Evangelion has over the entire history of anime. In this video, there are so many deep dive videos about Evangelion, about Anno, that are
I
done
love that he was
so
showing
well
Jet
that I
Alone,
highly
which is
recommend
considered
you
one of
watch
the
it.
worst
Watch that
episodes, but I
one.
actually love it.
Watch that one. Watch that one. This one's really cool. I think Shinji's loneliness and self-consciousness is done so well. I know a lot of people don't like Shinji because he's like a whiny character, but dude, he's a 14-year-old. And actually, a sad fact, a lot of the character's depressive elements are actually stemmed directly from Hideaki Anno's own battle with depression. And while it is really sad, I think it also is an example to why these characters' problems feel so real and visceral and guttural. It perfectly shows how terrible loneliness can be to a person and how much we starve and yearn for human connection. Anyway, I love Evangelion, but that doesn't mean you will, but that's perfectly okay. Evangelion.
See, I'm okay. It's fine. The anime men told me it's fine. They gave me a pass.
Is a human work the top 5? Is human work the Jet Alone episode? I thought that episode was just called Jet Alone.
Let's talk about Inuyasha. Inuyasha is that one
Inuyasha.
anime where every single person thought the main character was a girl at one point. Like, come on, you can't even lie. You thought Inuyasha was a girl.
It is, okay.
And after Cade and Aiden ranked it a D tier, I felt inclined to watch it because I feel like they were probably not in the right mind while they're watching it or something. I've been recommended this anime so many times and I'm so excited.
Jet Alone
that
is apparently the fan title.
Inuyasha follows Kagome, a modern schoolgirl transported to feudal Japan where she frees the half.
I also never thought Inuyasha was a girl.
The scattered Chacon jewel shards,
I don't remember if I
blending
ever
action,
thought that.
romance, and Japanese folklore. Regarding the historical value, you probably already heard about Rumiko Takahashi.
I don't think
from
I
Journey,
did.
But this is one of her other great work, and she's literally considered the GOAT. Inuyasha brought
I am a
audiences
known like Inuyasha defender.
I've
always it wasn't on Toonami ever. It was only on Adult Swim. Maybe it was on Toonami in another region though. Because like I know I think like South America maybe aired like Pat Lieber was on Toonami in some region, which was always interesting to me. But and you know what's funny is that I started rewatching Inuyasha like right before COVID. They Viz started putting out these Blu-rays that were super affordable. They're really nice. But something I noticed is going back and watching the dub is that for the first 20 or so episodes, you could tell that they were planning to pitch it to Toonami because the dub tones down a lot of the language. There's a lot of we have to destroy him.
Yeah.
And Inuyasha's like iconic thing is he always says, "You bastard." But in for like the first 20 episodes or so, he's like, "You monster, you cretin." And then once you can tell there's a point where they realize like, oh, this is going on Adult Swim, and suddenly it's like, "You bastard."
Yeah, then now they can
kill you.
The tier 1 curses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When are the anime man going to review Kimengumi? Dude, I've been watching it every week. There's been a couple weeks where I fall behind, but that is a show where I discovered it maybe like 2013. I'm not French, so I didn't see it as a child because that's the only other country that got it as far as I know. But I love that first opening. The dun 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 dun. Love that opening, and I love all the 3D camera movements. It's kind of like, it's not like as spectacular as like the Kimeguri Orange Road opening, but I love that opening regardless. And I've wanted to watch the show. There was like a movie that wasn't really a movie. It was like 3 episodes combined, and that got subbed like years ago. And that was the only Kimengumi thing I could watch. So I'm so happy Remao is putting it out weekly. So cool. Watch High School Kimengumi and also watch Inuyasha.
Dang.
That's my recommendations.
Visions of Escaflowne, and Ore Battler Doombind
Escaflowne.
represented Japan's early forays into portal fantasy, serving as clear predecessors to today's isekai. This anime is awesome. Best way I could describe Inuyasha to all modern-day anime.
Inuyasha?
Kind of like a combo of Demon Slayer.
That's like my mom. My mom would be like, "Oh, he's watching Inuyasha again."
One of Inuyasha's strongest points is definitely the character designs. Like in a lot of the
Yeah, it's funny that they actually aren't very articulate with how they pronounce everything.
Every single person has cool designs, especially the
They're like Surfer Bros.
Like this one frog dude, or my personal favorite, the Thunder Brother Monten, because I relate to him since he's also suffering from male pattern baldness. Basically, there's no bland characters, and this show gets dark. There's this one episode where this mom's kid literally burns to death and haunts her.
That's a great episode. Overall, I think that might even be a filler episode, but that episode is an excellent episode.
It just blends shonen elements combined with rom-com so well, and it kind of reminds me of Dandadan. If you love Dandadan, Demon Slayer, Jujutsu Kaisen, or just anime in general, you need to
Then it's better than those, so watch it instead.
There it is. We
I actually
should have in the first place. But before we wrap things up, there's one more thing we wanted to touch on. There's this comment from the last video that actually hit really hard, and it not only perfectly deconstructed what we did wrong in that video, but it also just... Here, let me just read it out.
Have you even encountered an anime that changed your worldview? A niche series that speaks to you? A character you resonate with? A scene you cried about?
Yeah, so even though the last video would contradict our answer to this question, the answer is yes. So we want to take some time to talk about how much anime has affected our lives.
The Anime Man didn't start because we wanted clout, or the fame, or even the money. We started it because we were a group of friends who loved watching anime and making videos together. As cringy as it sounds, anime quite literally brought us all together. And this whole situation really made us realize how we've taken anime for granted.
Joey the Anime Man
allowed
in
us
there.
to travel the world, meet lifelong friends, and make stuff that we were truly proud of. But anime has also been there for us at our lowest points, through loneliness, through breakups, and through failure. But if there's one thing that's never changed, it's that anime has always been a love letter to the world. From the old to the new, anime has always been an art form for these creators to express themselves, whether it's about love, grief, pain, strength, forgiveness, motivation, self-acceptance, and most importantly for us, friendship.
There you go.
Damn. That MercuryFalcon shout out though.
Yeah, I think that was the most important part, right? I think we got
that part really spoke to me.
Yeah, something about that like really hit home. Yeah, I think that video overall is really good.
I do too. And someone was like, "Oh, next week they're just going to go back to normie content." And it's like, they're allowed to make normie content. That wasn't the point of this.
Yeah, that wasn't the problem. It wasn't the fact that they were I don't know. Like, I think it's fine to be as an anime fan who hasn't watched much anime, I think it's fine to be an anime fan who doesn't watch much anime. Hot take. I read more manga than I watch anime, but that's still that at least gets me a little bit of clout.
Mm-hmm. Right. So like they're allowed to be like, and next week we're gonna rank our favorite Demon Slayer characters. It's like they're allowed to do that. The issue was them just being disparaging towards old anime and not like, kind of just putting it down. As long as they can keep making stuff, they can still prefer. They're still allowed to prefer those shows. They don't need to watch an old show every week now. But yeah, just be mindful. Be mindful, bro.
Cool, man. Yeah. So I think that video is very, very nice. It was nice to see, like, just the ability to like reflect on yourself. And I don't know how long they've been. Do you know how long they've been at the channel stuff, at their thing?
Like making stuff themselves?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think Shabes reviewed one of their videos on a digest like a year ago, but I think they were already at like 2 million subs at that point, so they were already.
It's 2020, the Weeb Crew saying. So I was wondering if they were like new or not, but apparently they're not. But yeah, I was just thinking like, man, at some point being like a content creator like that, you get entrenched enough that you're like, I don't need to. I've got my pattern in place. I don't need to really change what I'm doing. You know, everything I'm working at is going well. I'm not going to risk that. And so the fact that they're like taking a moment to reflect on it and saying, you know, is what we're doing right here, and that enough is just very nice to see. I'm glad when people able to do that.
And me as the major cynic, I just thought about how easy it would have been for them to be like, okay, well, I'm going to reach out to a big YouTuber and I'm going to change the conversation to be anime has an elitism problem.
Yeah.
To try and take the victim role. And the fact that they didn't says a lot, because I think 9 out of 10 big YouTube channels in that situation would have done that.
Yeah. Kind of as a form of doubling down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, Shape said they're watching Legend of the Galactic Heroes. They're that is the last show on my list of shows everyone assumes I have watched, but I have not actually watched. I had it on my list for this year, and the issue this year was that there were too many new shows that I got into. I was watching too many seasonal things.
Yeah.
I did not expect to like the new Panty and Stocking because I was kind of just middling on the first one. I thought it was just whatever. It was kind of okay. There's a couple funny episodes I like. But I really like the new season, and same thing with like I'm also watching like the new Nube, and then there was new Don to Don. It's just a lot of shows came out this year that I was really into, and I wound up watching way more new shows than old shows than I normally do. So I want to try to get to Legend of the Galactic Heroes. I think next season there's only like 4 shows I'm interested in, and like one of them is Spy Family, which I don't feel like I need to watch it when it's new. I can wait a couple weeks for Spy Family. So I'll probably jump into that once we close out all the shows airing in this season. The other show was Rose of Versailles, which I watched earlier this year and I finished, and that was a 10 out of 10. Big fan of that one. I would kind of maybe consider Urusei Yatsura, but I've watched the movies for Urusei Yatsura. I just haven't seen the TV show. I've seen the movies and I've seen episodes of the TV shows. Episodes of the TV show, especially the Ron episodes, because I like Ron. She's like my favorite character. But I have not sat down to watch the TV series proper. So that's one I'll probably get to next year. Is this a new avatar? Yes, it is. I've been told that my current one looks like an NFT. So we are
That's
making
all
something,
my fault.
And it's all Ben's fault. So
yeah, I drew the original one in quite a rush.
And it's also just like a very quick draw based on a photo of me wearing the actual Skullman helmet when I had just gotten home from work, so I was wearing a button-up shirt.
Yeah.
I don't normally wear button-up shirts.
I still think it's a good look though, just for like an avatar having this contrast.
The contradiction of the Skullman wearing a button-up shirt, yeah.
It's fun. What color do you want your shirt to be?
I think the blue shirt is fine. I've been wearing it for 7 years now.
Maybe like more muted a little bit. Make it look a little fancier, a little bit more professional.
Hayden, we did bring up Scamboli in the pre-video watching discussion, and how that it really rubbed me the wrong way. He is like I will say he is, if he wants to watch Madoka where he just makes fart sounds and hates it the whole thing, that's his prerogative. I am also allowed to say I don't like that he watched it making fart sounds. That's my prerogative. I'm allowed to also have that opinion. But what really rubbed me the wrong way was that he if he had just been like, well, that's how I watched it, that's how I enjoyed it, whatever, and just moved on, it's like, okay, he moved on, whatever. That's just, he doesn't care. The fact that Moomy reached out and was like, hey, do you want to have a discussion about it? And he ghosted him and then still made a response, but it completely ignored everything Moomy had sent him. That does kind of rub me the wrong way. It's like, okay, so you are willing to, you do want to have a discussion, but you want a one-sided discussion about it, eh? Okay. So I'm gonna, on my AniTube tier list, I am moving the Anime Men above Scampoli here.
Yeah, your
so
tweet
yes.
was, I liked the wording of your tweet that everyone should be afraid of their rapidly ascending power levels.
Oh yeah.
Fun. But there was another thing that we were wanting to watch. Do you want to kind of just jump into that too?
I don't know if we're questionable if we're allowed to show it on stream.
Yeah, does anyone happen to know if Gigook's new anime, if they said anything about like reaction content? I feel like it kind of feels like, yeah, that's the thing. It feels like a YouTuber would be aware of the concerns, especially an anime YouTuber, about copyright issues for reaction content. So it feels like he might have made a statement on that. Gigook said he wouldn't take it down. All right. Sounds like we're in the clear then.
Okay. So I already watched this, and I actually was. Should I give away how, like, general thoughts?
Let's say no. Let's talk about it afterwards. I want to
sure.
figure it out myself too. Even though you already told me a little bit, but
I'm gonna grab a soda. Do you want something from the fridge?
No, I'm just gonna keep at my water.
Okay.
In the meantime, I'll just keep drawing the Skeleton Man. But yeah, we're gonna try watching that new Gigook anime, the one produced by Gigook Inc. I haven't watched like any of his videos except for like maybe one or two where he brought up One Piece. Oh no, he's using the 500k to take down the reaction channels. Damn. I think we can fight that. I think we can save up enough money. We can get I've got enough stream viewers that we can raise the money if we need to, right? Like what? We've gotten like 6 total probably. 6 total viewers. Oh, 14 concurrent viewers. Wow, okay.
I was gonna say we got the whole gang in this chat. I see. Yeah. We got the Weeb crew. We got Dylan from his iconic Evangelion videos. We got Shabes. I ran up the stairs real quick.
It's cool. Take your time. Take your time.
We got the iconic Truth or Deal.
Iconic.
From famous for. Dude, I'm editing this Guy Slugger video and I need to be fucking stopped. I say iconic so much. I think I say. I think I originally said it. Overused it ironically, but it is now just in my vocabulary. And I'm watching this Guy Slugger video I edited and I'm just like, why do I keep saying it?
Probably because it's iconic.
That's how, if anyone tries to pass something off as written by me, just Control F iconic and see how many times it shows up. If it's less than 10, we got a problem.
So yeah, I think word from the chat is that it's probably okay to watch. So I want to see what a YouTuber can do with an anime.
I found this so interesting because I have seen, and it's usually not good.
Yeah. What have you seen before this to color your opinion?
Destruna?
I haven't heard of that.
Yes, you have. That's the Dolan guy.
Oh yeah. Well, I've heard you tell like stories about him, but I don't think I've like ever heard the name of what he made.
You didn't watch his pilot?
No.
Where everyone has super detailed asses?
No. Should we watch that?
No. No, but and he I mean, the poor guy, he he kept running into issues, and the way he tried to solve his issues was just to throw more money at them. And it's like genuinely sad because he kept throwing money at it, and then it came out not good. But it's like, it's got like celebrity voice acting because like he was like, this will get people on board. Is celebrity voice act? He got a SAG union cast.
Dang.
And like he rented an office space a month before COVID. And then he couldn't use it, and he had to pay rent on this office he wasn't using.
Ooh, that
it's
sucks.
Like, it's so bad. It's a sad story.
Yeah, that sounds pretty sad. God, that sucks.
And then in the end, the cartoon's also just not very good.
Which is kind of, I mean, no offense, but it's kind of just what you expect. It's someone's first project, you know? It's
right. It's one of those things where it's like a part of you has to say, like, logically, you don't go that deep. Like but it's like a gambler. It's like the miner going for it's like, I'm gonna reach the diamonds. Like,
yeah, it's gotta happen eventually if I put enough money and time into it. Yeah, that's a shame. Like, that's why there's always this advice. I see it a lot in gaming circles, but it's true of pretty much everything. Is you don't start with your dream project, because even if it turns out fine and successful, you're still gonna wish you could have redone it at some point, because like, if that's your dream project and that's the first thing you make, you're not going to be experienced enough to do everything you could possibly want with it. Yeah, and that's a shame though.
Misty Chronexia and the Seven Seals. I vaguely know who Misty Chronexia is. I know they were a YouTuber who made like tier list video, or not tier list. They did like top 10 videos.
Okay.
Is Misty Chronexia and the Seven Seals like a video game they made with their OC? Oh, this looks like a cartoon. Oh, they made a cartoon. This looks like a very similar situation as the Dolan guy.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if it's sad, but it has an IMDb page and has 1 star.
Ooh, yeah, that doesn't sound very good, does it? I remember
I want to bring to make the aura of this stream like even sadder. I did not get my Dirty Pair Blu-rays today.
Oh yeah.
I know people were wondering, like, John, you said you had a tracking that someone was going to get Dirty Pair Blu-rays, and it was like, yep, and it was Chad. Chad got his Dirty Pair Blu-rays,
and he didn't even stay up to enjoy it. He went to bed right away.
He immediately went to bed. We were like, hey, I heard there's a rumor that one of the discs has the wrong art in it, and he's like, I'll check when I wake up. Because when you have a Dirty Pair Blu-ray set, you just have that privilege, right?
Yeah.
You can just check it whenever you want. I'll need to check that out. Roger Smith made a video about it. He sent me a GIF of the mac and cheese Cheezosaurus Rex, and I didn't know how to respond.
I don't know what that
so
is.
The CG dinosaur who plays guitar in the mac and cheese commercial.
I do not remember that.
Well, he sent me a GIF of that while I was on a walk, and I didn't know how to respond, so I just sent the GIF, not the GIF, but the screenshot of what's her name? The girl from Attack Number 1, where she's just looking directly at the camera.
That's a good response. Yeah, I'm just finishing up some touches on your new avatar thing here before we pull up the Giga anime.
Okay.
I want to get this in a decent spot.
Yeah, it's looking good. Counterpoint to never let your first project be your dream project. Nah, Necker Sugar Girls.
Okay, yeah. I mean, there's always an exception to the rule.
There's always exceptions to the rule.
Yeah.
Brandon Sanderson was actually talking about that recently too, where it was like he was talking about like before he had written 6 books before he had gotten his first book published, and he was telling people like, don't feel bad that your first book isn't the big hit. It's like everyone talks about the Twilight and the 50 Shades of Grey and the Harry Potter, where it's like the first book is the hit, and it's like don't expect that to be the norm.
Yeah, that's the exception.
And he even talked about how it could be detrimental because a lot of writers, just from having written only their first book, don't really have their style down.
Yeah.
So when it comes time for the second book, and it's like, okay, second book, you have a deadline now. And a lot of them break under that pressure of like, oh man, I need to do this again. This thing I've only done once, but now I'm being timed, and there's like a ton of money on the line.
I think I actually saw that, a lecture with him, because I remember him talking also about like how the first few attempts at whatever you're making, whether it be just books or whatever, should be mostly just a learning experience to get your style down.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what you can take away from it. You're not just like doing nothing. You're learning about yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a very important part of the process. Yeah, because like especially with examples like, you know, Harry Potter, like the next book that Rowling made was incredibly boring. Who would have guessed?
Chamber of Secrets?
Well, no, after the Harry Potter series.
Oh, okay. What was her book after that?
A Casual Vacancy.
Oh, sounds exciting.
It's about a guy on a town council who dies. And then everyone else in the town council figures out what to do next.
Okay. All right.
It's pretty exciting, right?
Yeah, that sounds like what would happen.
Yeah, some guy dies, and then you got to figure out what to do. It's wow, riveting. Yeah, so it really, I tried reading it, and I was an adult when that came out, so it's like, okay, I can handle an adult book, but it was just incredibly boring, and maybe it's just not my style of book, but I don't think it got very much attention anywhere else either. So
yeah,
I'm guessing it wasn't that exhilarating of a watch. Of a read, I mean.
No, I watch books.
Oh, okay, yeah. I mostly just listen to books, so.
Yeah, me too. I actually just realized I had a bunch of Audible credits, and I was thinking about closing my Audible, but like, at the same time, like, remembering that I had it was like, I should definitely just use it more.
Yeah, that's kind of the same for me. And I do pick up a lot of books through Audible credits and get through them. So, and that's the only way I can really read lately, because I've got those just eye issues that really make it difficult for me to want to do that casually. Like, I need to put effort in, and if I'm going to put effort into something, I should probably do that towards something I'm wanting to progress at, like my comic books.
Do you still wear those like eye shaping contact lenses?
Yep. Those scleral lenses. They're pretty cool and neat. In fact, I ordered new ones. I need to make sure I get those before my insurance runs out.
It's kind of like how I hope I get these dirty pair of Blu-rays.
Before your insurance runs out, yeah. Okay, I think that's pretty good. I don't want to put in too much more detail, so that might be where I leave it. Just kind of like this somewhat detailed, but not too detailed kind of look. Does that look like an NFT, everyone?
It doesn't look like an NFT, but can you make my skin less pale?
No. No, I guess it can. Yeah, it's hard to tell because the color on my drawing tablet is actually going out. It's everything's kind of got this like pinkish hue to it now.
Hayden says add a pocket protector.
I'm not adding a pocket protector. John's not that much of a nerd.
I'm not an angry video game nerd.
Exactly. Let's add a little bit more red to it then. And something like that. Is that a bit better?
That'll probably be fine. Here, Moomy posted the screenshot, crowded ass elevator.
Oh yeah, maybe copy that. Oh, I posted it on the clip player. Hold on. There we go.
Ah, wow.
Yeah,
I posted it on my brain.
Good. Maybe we can go just a little A little better. Like. And then I need to fix the shading a bit.
Okay, but let's watch Guguk's anime.
Okay, I'm sorry. I really wanted to get this right.
Everyone get ready to add this to your Mal credit.
Is it on Mal?
It is on Mal.
But is it what's their criteria again? I feel like
Guguk lives in Japan.
He lives in Japan. I guess is he a Japanese citizen? I guess he would be.
The people on Mal don't care. So I don't know. I've complained about this a ton, but apparently the issue with stuff like Scott Pilgrim and Rick and Morty the anime is that they are not co-productions, they are commissioned projects where it is the Western studio commissioning the Japanese studio, and that is according to them different from a co-production, even though entirely Japanese staff. I kind of have issue with that, especially because you do have stuff like Big O Season 2 where it was like, okay, Adult Swim went to Japan and said, we want to fund Big O Season 2. So is that commissioned, right?
Yeah.
So is Big O Season 2? Should we take that off, Mal? Hell, Lazarus. They literally went to Watanabe and said, hey, make us Cowboy Bebop again. And he went, okay. Like, why is Lazarus on Mal? It genuinely feels like they just don't put shows that they think are stupid. Because that's why you don't get Scott Pilgrim or Rick and Morty the anime, but like, Cyberpunk, that gets added, or like I said, Lazarus or Uzumaki, the shows that are only made because of Adult Swim are pretty much all there.
All right. I think
we can make a Simpsons variant. When I do a stream with the real gyms, we'll paint it yellow, and that'll be my Simpsons variant.
That'd be great. Okay. Let's bring this full screen. Is this subbed or dubbed, or is that qualification?
There is a dub. C Dog VA directed the dub.
Is this the dubbed version?
I don't know.
Okay, there's different audio tracks listed here. Okay.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't know you could do that. That's neat.
Well, it's because YouTube's doing a stupid thing now where they use AI to auto dub things for different languages, and I've been hearing a lot of complaints from non-English speakers about that.
Yeah.
So that's fun. But is it all right if we watch the English? Or are you gonna be weird about this?
I've already seen this, so this will just be another experience for me.
All right, we're watching English. I'm sorry, everyone. I'm sorry, all of John's fans who are here. I thought I pressed play. There we go.
Oh my god.
It's fine. It's going now. Giga present.
I do love Giga Presents. I love. I think it was Hayden's friend Kexi made the edit where it says Sea Dog VA presents.
Come along?
At Euthagnia, you'll discover monumental history and miracles that only occur once every 200 years.
I don't get it. What's he thinking?
We are now arriving at Floor 1. Floor 1.
Sydney's in the dub? Yes!
With you when departing. The Cosmoliner is running on schedule.
Okay.
Floor 1 activation is scheduled to take place at
Seriously?
15 p.m.
I really wish you would quit going through my PC.
I wish I could read that.
It says I'm going through your PC.
I mean, I could kind of pick that up through the context, but I wish it was spoon-fed.
I'm headed out now. See you, Dad.
What? It's a threat level 2 zone?
Australia?
This is floor 2. Floor 2. Please be sure to take all your belongings with you when you depart. Thank you for riding with Cosmoliner.
So this is like a train that goes up and down? That's pretty cool.
Have a little faith.
That's fun, magical anime whimsy.
You have to stay here, okay? Promise I'll be back.
Thank God you finally answered. Have you read
I'm
any
going
of my
now.
I'm going now.
You need to come home.
He just said that.
I know you mean well, but you have to let me do this on my own.
This is so exciting!
I'm ready now.
Understood, sir.
I'm starting to see some symbolism in that they're going downwards. They're descending into hell.
Actually, in Thai mythology, hell is up and heaven is down, so you're reading it wrong.
Ah, of course.
Today
marks the beginning of my new life.
House. MD. Ba'an. You guys should have an alarm clock like that.
Mm-hmm.
And that actually can trick me into getting up.
Come on. It's here! This way now. Oh, please, come on, please! Okay. Let's see here. 13 rejections in a row. This sucks. Email.
Email. That's what I shout whenever I get a new email.
Me too.
Lucky number 14. I'm begging, not another rejection.
Alarmo? Is that a real...
Dear applicant.
Is that a thing that annoys you until you get up?
Inform you you've been accepted. Accepted! Yes! I got accepted!
I need to look that up now. I need to see if I need
It's like,
an alarm.
Alright, that's not bad.
It's like Chad would play the Wake Up Club, which was the Vita game.
Oh, yeah.
Except
Just
that
a
like
moment.
the
It's
Vita
almost done.
did not live long enough for
always wanted
that
to
game
make
to
meals with
pan
you.
out.
Yeah.
I should have said so.
I was buying Nintendo, so it's probably like
Thank you for
$300
calling
more than it
customer
used to be.
support. My name is Rin. What can I help you with today?
Yeah, I'm calling about the thing you sold me.
See, isn't this relatable? This just wanted to work at a
A
call
little
center.
too relatable, yeah.
Send me a new one right now.
We worked at a...
Please specify.
Back when we were at Home Direct, which was a terrible delivery company.
Oh yeah, it's a company Ben and I worked for that doesn't exist anymore, and for good reason.
Yeah, that was pretty bad.
Alright, that looks like it. Oh.
So this is kind of a reflection of my life before and after becoming unemployed.
Becoming a raccoon.
All right. I needed that. It was only day one. I'll do better tomorrow.
It seems she's all right for now.
I don't need to give her this money.
So, Daichi, you doing any job hunting?
Not yet.
Your folks run a clinic, right? Think you'll just end up working there?
I don't know. Not if I can help it.
Something I didn't, you know, I'm guessing this is set, the real world elements are set in Japan.
You don't like it?
Japanese writing. I thought it was going to be in Thailand. Apparently it draws from Thai mythology, but I can't say I know enough about that to tell what's what.
Yeah, I don't know enough media in Thailand to understand what, like, the home and work structure is like.
All I know is that Guguk said on Trash Taste that his mom used to say, "Don't eat in bed or you'll be reincarnated as a snake," and that has stuck with me as like a very funny thing to tell a child.
I mean, I wouldn't want to be reincarnated as a snake, so I'd never eat in bed.
Who would, right?
Yeah.
That's the extent of my knowledge on Thai mythology.
I can't go.
I mean, I feel like that's a good baseline.
Oh, she's getting fatter.
Oh no, she's eating too much.
She ate her dog.
Okay, so yeah, Larmo is apparently, it makes noises until it sees you moving around. Okay. Yeah, it's like something like that, except that it doesn't cost $400 bucks.
This pig room? If they have the same yakisoba style as last year, we have to.
Ding-a-ding.
That sound. Is there a festival happening?
Why is he hanging out in a tree? Why would you do that?
Does he think he's a monkey?
Here they come! To formation!
Yes, sir!
Nada, protect the egg, okay? I will.
Where's that signal? There! Leave the rest to us! Don't let a single one through!
Yes, sir!
Ursha, what are they doing here? Rin!
Get away! Quickly!
The animation for this is really good, and the, like, art direction as well. I'm starting to see why it costs so much money.
Something's not right.
But remember, money, like, yeah, obviously that's why it costs a lot, because it looks, good quality. But also remember, there's plenty of people online who put a lot of money into their passion projects, and they did not come out looking this good.
True. But I do think it also takes a lot of money to make
never look back.
a good animation.
Right.
There's other factors, obviously, but...
On that day, I became a burden on Daiichi's shoulders. That's why I can't go back. Bin, come on, let's get going. Right.
How many dragon people are in this world?
More than 2.
That's what I'm noticing. There's her, and then there's a bunch of Sky Warriors, and that's about it.
Well, I thought the Sky Warriors are in the isekai side.
I guess this is what alcohol does, huh?
I guess.
Come on, Nin, pretty please. Show us some of your magic. No way, I can't. What if people see?
Oh, but no one's gonna notice, and it's not like we're at the office.
Besides, isn't your magic a part of you? You think so? Then off to the skies I go! Auntie, on?
Why don't you come over? I'm making curry tonight.
No more of this silly flying business.
Let's close up shop early today.
Sounds good.
Mochi, it's playtime!
Luna, let's go upstairs.
No, I want to stay and play with Mochi.
You can play later.
I'm not tired at all.
Then how about we play for a while?
Really?
There you are.
Thank you. It's lovely how much fun your family has together.
Another one will be joining us soon.
Oh yes, congratulations.
Daichi inspired me to come here, if you can believe it. I wasn't originally planning to stay all that long, but now here I am with a family.
I'm so happy for you.
The background
You're
that they're sitting
inspiring me to
in
do
looks
the
like
same thing.
they got it
okay
off
to
of
be honest.
one of those
If
real
aliens
estate
can't hide our
websites.
emotions, our wings give us away. That reminds me. Here.
Oh, like
Dai
Zillow?
entrusted
Yeah.
it to me. I
Where it just
think
shows the
we should
interior of a
visit
house, and
Yeah.
it just looks like really nice. I guess it's like that doesn't look like a real home,
Hey,
especially not one with a child in
watching
it.
this right now, An thought it was the right time to show you. I'm not sure how long it would have been since you moved out. Could be a week, or maybe even a year. Are you eating well? You know, I've been cooking my curry a lot, but I keep making way too much for myself because it was always your favorite. Rin, I have no doubt you're working hard, but remember, you don't need to push yourself too hard. You can come home whenever you feel like it, all right?
I'm ready to go now.
Understood, miss.
Okay, so it took me a second to get it, but it looks like that's the tower that isekais or un-isekais you.
Yes.
Okay, just making sure. You recognize that name.
Who is it?
It's
Is that? Oh, is that? Did they misspell Grant's name?
yeah. They misspelled Grant Mephisto. Our good friend.
I'm back.
Welcome home, Ren.
Unrelated to this, but I told you that there's a an Annie-tuber that I was talking to that lives like in our neighborhood and knew Grant.
Dai's famous curry.
It looks
I-
amazing.
I don't remember you talking about that.
It was very funny. They were they recognized something I talked about as being specifically from our area, and
Oh, that's funny though. How far away are they?
they're they're in.
Yeah,
they're in the area. They're very close.
They're like in the same town that
They
Grant is.
so
Grant was?
they went to school with Crying Brian.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Man, I didn't know that. There's a lot of influential people in Ohio, so it makes sense.
Yeah, it makes. We're like stand users. We attract each other.
Yeah. All right, is that it?
That's it.
Yeah, the rest is credits. Okay. The review is looked very nice. Animation, like direction, like art direction, all of that was really awesome. Story obviously intentionally minimal. I don't 100% know what the message they were trying to get across was at first glance. What do you think it was?
So it's hard because we don't have enough. I feel like we don't have enough time with the characters. I get that it's something where it's like, finding your place in the world, etc.
Yeah.
It very much feels like, hey, if I'm a YouTube guy and if you give me a $500,000, I won't ruin it on a cartoon with highly detailed butts and SAG voice actors.
Yeah.
That is completely idiotic script wise. But hey, how about those highly detailed butts, right?
I feel like I'd pay a lot of money for highly detailed butts. But that's just
Have you seen there was a stream where they went into the stream and edited it because there was a note where it says like make the butt bigger. And people made fun of them, and so they went in and edited the stream so that you can't see them writing make the butt bigger.
Aw, man, don't be a coward. Come on. That's an important note. Yeah, so I mean we got Truth saying if you remember, if adulthood is too hard, you can always go back. Yep. What are you saying? What I got from it is a real tsundere about Ghibli because it's essentially an isekai kiki. I can see that.
I could see, and Shape said it's about expats leaving your country.
Oh, okay.
That makes sense.
That actually makes a lot more sense. Because like based on this image, which I just happened to jump into, it really seemed like it was like a condemnation of office life, which I think a part of it is. And so I was like, okay, is this going to be between her and the guy who's out hiking? Is this going to be like an exploration of the difficulties of having no freedom in an office space versus having too much freedom, just doing whatever you want, and the struggles that come with both sides of it? Like that's something that would be compelling to me, but it doesn't seem like that's exactly what it's about, so I didn't really jump on that. Maybe that was part of it. I'm not sure. Yeah, is one short all that he was going to make, or is it a pilot? It seems like it. I mean, the way it's structured, it seems like it's just kind of like this just like small glimpse into a slice of life kind of world.
It feels very proof of concept. Like I said, this feels like, oh, if you gave me money, I wouldn't blow it all on cocaine and give you a bad CG cartoon with
see that.
Big asses.
Yeah, I could see it as being a proof of concept. I could also just see it as like and he probably built it to be both, a proof of concept to do something in the future, and also just like if it's what it is on its own, we just wanted it to kind of be like a nice, pretty piece of art that makes you kind of just want to sit with it for a bit and relax and enjoy this little animation we put together. It kind of like reminds me of like Fantasia or something, where it's just like, yeah, don't worry about the story too much. Just kind of have a good time sitting and watching something. Magic was shorthand for one's culture.
Like in the PJs where the Haiti lady is always trying to flush goat heads down the toilet, but the super always has to be like, Haiti lady, you can't flush goat heads down the toilet.
I have no idea what you're talking about there.
You've never seen the show The PJs?
No, I don't even know what that is.
It's a claymation show with Eddie Murphy. It's awesome, actually. It's very funny.
Okay. Yeah, I really don't know what that is. I don't think I've ever heard of it.
You've never heard of the PJs?
I don't think so. I mean, was it on like cable or something? Because I don't.
No, it was on Fox. They reference it in Simpsons.
Really?
Yes.
Remember they referenced the. Yeah, I don't remember anything about that.
Okay. Okay, I found a screenshot where it's like the Fox board, and it's like Bender and the Super from PJs are there.
Okay.
Jamie, put the Super from PJs on screen.
There we go. Okay. Yeah.
Just looks blurry. I just see blurry Gigoka anime.
Listen, I'm working on it.
I'm working on it.
Wait, yeah, why is that? Hold on. Should be showing.
Okay, there we go.
Okay.
I see it now.
All right, good. So, I assume it's not Rupert Murdoch. I assume it's this other guy.
Yes.
Okay, good.
Hold
Yeah,
on.
I don't
Where's
think
your
I've ever
cursor?
seen
I can't see where your cursor is.
Oh, imagine it's pointing. Okay, I'm zooming in on the guy that I assume it's supposed to be. Him.
Yes.
Okay. I'm glad I got it right.
Having to explain to Ben what the PJs is in 2025.
I'm so sorry. I really should have known better before coming into this.
This is worse than the anime, man.
Yeah, I need to make an apology where I go through the history of the PJs and talk about how influential they are. Let's see. Okay, so Shaves did say he said it on stream. Companies are watching to see how this does, and it's a big step for Geeks Plus. What's Geeks Plus?
Is that like is that like Joey the Anime Man's
Like a production company?
That's it's like
That they're associated with.
Tell us more, Shabes. We don't know.
Meantime,
I am just a simple NFT.
In the meantime, Weirdy says, I do feel one of the shortcomings it has is due to both leads choosing euthania, as it may be unintentionally read as magic is better than office work. I think I don't know. Maybe it's just because I've worked in an office for like 16 years.
And you've been a party magician.
Yeah, I feel like magic's a little bit better, but that's just me. Like Sleeping Beauty or Thief and the Cobbler, although this is not that good, obviously. Very basic story, but the main purpose is to just be beautiful animation. Yeah, I agree with that. I think because of the structure, it would have been either both stay in the real world or the fantasy world. And fantasy world, I think, suits better given the conflict that connects the two.
Okay, Geeks Plus is why Trash Taste exists.
Okay. Kawa Company. Okay. Yeah, so that really makes sense. But yeah, I think overall it was like putting together an anime requires a lot of, I assume, organization skills and the ability.
Not as easy as everyone imagines it being.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think the hardest part I always imagined, if I were to like say I want to make an anime, is like how would I get enough talented people together and run things in a remotely efficient way? That sounds like a nearly impossible task. So that's the part that I'm impressed with when I see someone has made an anime like this, especially one that is very well put together. So yeah, I'm very surprised that it turned out as good as it did. As much of a Your Name fan as Giguk is, his version of that twist kind of makes more sense here. I feel like I have a hard time getting the full sense of the story. Like I just watched it.
I feel that way too.
I get that it's intentionally trying to be subtle about whatever the conflict and stuff is, but I don't know. It felt more like a vibes piece than having any plot. But if that comment from you weirdly makes it seem like makes it seem like there is a plot and conflict, that there is stuff to derive information from that I'm not catching on to.
He's putting out a making of video. That's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting to watch his making of video next to the Dolan video where he talks about how making this pilot, it got denied by everyone and he lost his house.
Yeah, that'll be interesting to see the difference there. What was
the juxtaposition?
What was the deciding factor?
I wonder. I know nothing about Misty Chronexias. I genuinely didn't know that he or she made one. I don't know what they are.
Whatever you are, I don't know.
Whatever they are. Okay, so it's I just pulled it up on IMDb. Looks like Sea Dog VA's in it. That's funny. Whoa, music started.
Yeah, I figured we could have like some music go. That'd be pretty fun.
Okay. So I'm looking up Chronexia and the 8 Seals.
Chronexia and
he has people in it that have voice acting credits, but I wonder if these were things if they did these credits afterwards, like they did this because this was like 2016. So some of these voice actors who have like other shows credited, this may have been like an early thing for them.
Perhaps.
I don't know why I'm like doubting Misty Chronexia being able to get voice actors. Let's see.
That was it.
Episode 1 is a pretty bold thing to call your pilot. Shapes, that is what I thought as well. And I should have stuck to my guns.
Yeah, this is definitely a lot more of what I like the look.
Yeah, this is what when you say, oh, the guy from Trash Taste is making an anime, this is kind of Cynical John imagines this.
Where it's like 90% of the way there.
This looks like this is Yashigani as fuck, Ben.
Yashigani?
I just told you what that means.
Did you? Everything is falling out of my head, dude.
You came to me. You walked up to me and said, John, is there an equivalent to Kusoge for anime?
That was like 2 weeks ago. You expect me to remember that?
That was like yesterday.
That was not yesterday. Okay, what's the difference? A week.
I'm gonna be real. That was like 2 days ago.
No, that was a week at least.
It was like Friday.
I've lived 3 lifetimes since last week.
Friday. I'll give you Friday. Yeah, this is straight up the island episode of Nadia. This is some Lost Universe.
I don't think the animation is technically bad. I think it's like 90% of the way there. I think it's just like it's choppier. They're
That's what I mean.
Oh, is that what that?
Yeah.
Okay, I just assumed you meant like, oh, it's like the worst animation you've ever seen kind of stuff, which I don't.
No, it looks the character designs look a little amateurish because it's not the finished version.
Yeah.
And then the animation is all choppy.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like they've got a decent amount of structure there, but there you can tell like everyone's just like slightly under the pro level.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone involved in this kind of animation, which is it's still very good. It's just like that's not. It's kind of what you'd expect from someone, just kind of putting it together. Instead of reaching out to his fan base to fund it, he just saved up enough Hoyoverse sponsors to fund it himself. Is that what happened?
Yeah, because he said it was a couple $100,000 and he paid for it out of pocket.
Dang. Yeah, I mean, it definitely is content that would lose money, especially if you're putting on YouTube. You're not getting much money back from that.
I mean, most animation is made at a loss, right?
I assume so, right?
It's the gotcha that gets you the money. That's where the profit comes from.
Yeah, merchandising and all that.
Oh, Guguk should do a gotcha game. He loves gotcha games too. Like,
there you go. Just get a couple whales and you're set for life.
Yeah. Guguk Media Mix 1. They have Sea Dog VA making the manga.
If this was a Newgrounds, people would be less harsh, but it's an anime YouTuber 2016 based on his fantasy novel. Have people been harsh towards this?
It has 1 star on IMDb, so I'm going to say yes.
Oh, wow. Wait, is it for Cronexia or is it for...
No, Cronexia.
Okay, yeah. Okay, that makes sense then. Yeah, if this was not...
Bond has good
pitched as
reviews. Bond has good reviews.
Okay, good. Yeah, I figured it would. That's why I was surprised at the idea that it wouldn't.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, they're saying this looks like, like Newgrounds, like...
Yeah. Yeah, and if it was put on Newgrounds, or if it was put as just like if it had like indie animation put on the front of it or something, like, yeah, it totally would. Yeah, what are the top comments? Oh, okay. It looks like it's probably positive.
Well, Mystic Cronexia had one of like the biggest. Shape said the backlash was merciless back in the day.
Yeah.
What is that first comment? Scroll a bit.
Die and make me. Good dialogue, apparently.
I only know Misty Cronexia as he had like these first anime YouTuber to hit 1 million subs. He had like a bunch of like top 10 lists, and his top 10s were weird because I felt like I could never get a grasp of what his taste was. It was like top 10 mecha shows, and it was like 10 like completely random shows that like I couldn't really grasp what it was that he, and that was what was frustrating to me, because he would be like, I felt like he would tell you about the show, but not like why he liked it so much necessarily. It seemed like really like unfocused, like really random, and it was hard to like gauge like where he was coming from.
Okay.
And it wasn't even like he was like, oh, he just likes new stuff. Like I remember Macross was on like his top 10 mecha shows, and I was like, oh, okay, but then I don't know. It felt like there were a bunch. It was like a mishmash of shows that had no connectivity, and I was like, "What's the connection here? What do you like about these? What give me more, give me more."
Yeah, they just like give the top 10 and not like describe any detail.
It's like it reminds me of Watch Mojo, and I wonder if that was like the idea, where it's just like number 5, this anime. Here is the plot to that anime.
Yeah. Yeah, that's interesting that like that. I mean, how long ago was this made? Because that does feel like a very old thing where people didn't realize why people would watch something.
Yeah. Like the pilot was from 2016, and I remember we watched like a Misty Cronexia video at Greg's old house, and I think he moved in 2015. I want to say.
I don't remember that. I do not remember what years had.
When I say we, I mean me and Chad did. You may not have been there.
Possibly.
But I'm just saying I watched a video like 10 years ago. Is that my beard?
Yeah, I'm trying to get it right. It doesn't look good, does it?
If it makes me look like a hobo, that's fine, because that's funny.
There's a way to make it look right, and I just don't remember how to do it. It's got to have a very particular form to it, I think. Does your beard go up to like underlip right there? Does that do that?
I started shaving it to make sure it doesn't do that, because I think it feels a bit weird.
Okay. I haven't gotten a good look at your beard in a while. I'm sorry. and then I can just adjust the color a bit, and that should be good.
So how's everyone loving Uma Musume?
Wow, that Uma Musume. Can't believe all the horses, most of the horses are dead. I don't know anything about Uma Musume.
Man,
that's like my one piece of trivia.
When Haru Urara died. Haru Urara died this month.
Yeah.
It was fucking nuts. I was working because I start work at 5 a.m.
I remember where I was.
And I remember where I was when Haru Urara died. I feel like people only characterized her as like her younger self, where she was like the peppy, upbeat horse that inspired people, but she became like a very curmudgeon-y grandma in old age, and I feel like not enough people characterize that aspect of her, like the grumpy grandma side she became.
They should appreciate the grumpy grandpa.
I love the image of her where they show her pictures of her Uma Musume character and she looks angry.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, this does not look good. I don't know why I don't know how to get it right. Maybe I'll just have to go without a beard for a while.
I'll shave it off for your art. It's like my favorite. It's like in Vandred when I believe I want to say his name was Bart. Hold on. It was Bart.
Nice.
There's a character named Bart, and like he's like a very vain blonde guy. But then he has an episode when he meets this girl in like a hospital, and like he's telling her like stories about how great he is, and she thinks their stories are like fun and exciting. Yeah. So he winds up bonding with this girl, and she like starts making a doll of him. But then the end of the episode, spoilers for Vandred, guys, but the girl dies and she doesn't get to finish the doll. And he doesn't say anything about it, but then at the end of the episode when they see him again, the doll, she never finished doing the hair on the doll, and then the next time they see him, he's bald. He like shaved his head. And I was like, oh, that's like a great character moment.
I like that.
Yeah.
Man, why have you never talked about Vandred before in your life? Come on. You told me.
Do I need to post the short for everyone? I thought about putting that video on my channel because you said I could steal it.
Yeah,
where
you can do whatever you want. I don't care.
We drew. It is weird because I think I say I'm 29, but I'm 32 now, so it would give away that it's an older video. Yeah.
That's better.
If anyone hasn't seen it, we did a video a while back on one of Ben's channels where we drew whoever we had a crush on in the 7th grade, and mine was Maya from Vandred.
Yeah. Here, go ahead and link it. We can just play it.
Yeah.
We can just do whatever. I won't strike myself.
Okay, but what if Caden does?
I don't think Caden has access to that channel information, so we're probably good.
Oh, he's done.
Oh no, this is copyrighted music. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't
Stop!
do it. Don't do it. Where is
You
it?
need to stop!
I have so many tabs open. What do I do? Okay.
I can't believe you did that. You almost got me killed.
I mean, to be fair, that's also video game music. It's in the 100 line, so it still counts as video game music. Okay. Did you find the link? Did you?
I did. I could put it in the chat, or if you can steal it from there.
Which chat? Where'd you put it?
Oh, sorry. I posted it in the here. I'll send it to you.
The whole video. All right.
Oh, do you want to watch the short? Okay, I can find.
No,
the short.
I can just find it in the video. It'll be perfect.
Yeah,
it'll work out.
This is also before. I think this is before my surgery. I think all the sketchy fellows was before my nose surgery.
Oh yeah, it probably was.
I do probably sound different. Had a what do we call it? A imperial. What is it?
A nosiectomy.
My mom kept saying I got a. My mom. Did I tell you my mom kept saying I got a nose job? When
That's
it
not
was
exactly what it is. Yeah.
A deviated septum is what I had, where the inside of my nose was curved, and it was making it difficult to breathe, and it would cause me to snore. And so I had surgery to straighten the inside of my nose.
Deviated septum.
A deviated septum, and my mom was telling people I had a nose job, and it's like that's not what I had.
That's pretty much it. You were laughing. We're having a good time.
Wow, you are really
Hell yeah.
sensitive about that.
I hate Brittany. I sent her.
I don't think I've ever seen this before. Was it on like Cartoon Network or?
Absolutely not. It was on Encore Wham, which was a my dad. He had all of the cable stuff like HBO and Cinemax and everything. And one of the channels was we had Encore, and there were a bunch of different types of Encore. One of them was called Encore Wham, and I think it stood for Westerns and Movies. It was mostly foreign movies, I believe, but they had a block that was dedicated to anime.
High class foreign stuff, including anime.
And so the two shows on that I got really into were Street Fighter 2V, which is everything I know about Street Fighter comes from me watching that anime, and then Vandred.
Is this before the days of Toonami?
No, this was 2007, so Toonami was actually on the way out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I got really into Vandred. The plot of the show is that there's two planets, one that only has men and one that only has women, and a group of men wind up getting stuck aboard a female ship.
Okay.
Okay.
And,
Good premise.
Lucky guys, huh?
No, because they don't like women. They're all gay by conditioning, basically.
Oh no!
Really?
So
is that a thing for real?
Because they've only known men, so they think they're supposed to be with men.
Well, how do they reproduce?
In factories, because like they talk about how on the women planet, the women give birth, and they're like, that's so weird, a baby that isn't born in a factory.
I remember the only anime I
There's an actual line in the show
outside of Toonami during those days was Tenjo Tenge.
I'm glad I can now I
Oh, really?
I can distinguish
They also
which one
had
of you is
Ergo Proxy,
talking,
but I
the
never
old you
got
or the
to
new you.
watch
Oh
that.
yeah, it's boring.
Okay.
Oh man, there's so many like animes weird animes that I never got the chance to see. Because like my only access was the manga because we went to the bookstore and I found Shonen Jump. But those were all like the hit popular ones that everyone knows about today. So now I don't get to say, oh, I found this really cool obscure thing from my childhood. Oh man. Yeah, this isn't as like manic as the last time you drew. Last time you drew when
I'm trying to honor. I want to honor my favorite character.
You know, this is all very earnest. Like we owe these characters a good representation. They're very formative.
Yeah, she wears this thing on her eye that always reminded me of the Red Eyes Black Dragon.
Oh yeah, it just looks like a dragon's mouth. Just about to eat her left eye.
Yeah.
Is she the main character?
No. So the main character is a boy named Hibiki, who gets brought up onto the ship. He's voiced by, I think it was Tony Oliver voiced him, along with two other guys. There's like 3 girls that it's implied he could get with, almost like a harem type thing.
Mm-hmm. Is she one of them?
Yeah, but it's the one that's like, yeah, this definitely isn't gonna happen. She's totally.
I keep wanting to like respond to you within the video.
Dita is the first one.
It feels like you're just talking to me
Dea,
still.
And Juri, and Juri is like the sexy one, but I never thought that she was that sexy because she was, you know, she's like the big booby one with blonde hair.
Sounds like the one that I would like.
There's also a character named Barnett who has the arc where she has to embrace being a girl boss, which I liked.
Good arc to have.
Yeah. I agree.
Based on your drawings in Gardic
like
that we basically
the
do every
girl boss
week, it
coach
feels like your
gets
art
killed,
has gotten
so
better
she like takes over
since this time.
Yeah, I googled
which
it
is
and
nice
I
to
do
see.
like Jury.
Well, good predicting from your part there.
It seems to be a pattern with me.
Yeah, so he winds up getting with Dita at the end. She calls him Mr. Alien. It's cute.
Oh, I'm seeing a reference of your girl now. She's really cute too.
Thank you. Well, you could tell by my picture she's cute. I think is
Yeah,
what you really
yeah, I
mean.
knew that before I saw
It's
that
just
picture,
hard to tell
actually.
without the blue hair. It's hard to get the full effect. It looks exactly the same.
Yeah, when you do a comparison, you can like label which one is mine so people know.
Yeah.
I can tell a story about her. I found Vandred when I was in the 7th grade. And when I found the show, it was on Encore Wham, and it was during the Easter break for school.
Okay.
And so I spent. It was on every day. It was a Monday through Friday show. So I watched it every day for the week and a half I was on vacation. And then when the first day back to school, because I went to Catholic school, we had to do a confirmation retreat because that year I was making my confirmation. And I remember taking the bus and specifically thinking like, man, I'm on a bus full of people who don't know about Vandred. it's one of those things
You
where
were that meme. They don't know about Vandred.
I always felt that way when it was when I was a kid and I liked a show, because I'd find a new show and it would become the greatest thing in the world for me.
Yeah.
I remember, I think the year after maybe it was 2 years after Vandred, the anime Soul Eater came out, and I got super into Soul Eater. And I remember watching all of it subbed, and I watched chunks of episodes at a time, and I had never watched subbed anime that much before.
Yeah.
Soul Eater was the first show where like the dub hadn't come out yet, and I was like, I need to know what happens next, and so I just watched all like a big chunk of subbed episodes every day.
Mhm.
I was so into it. And then that was like my favorite show for 3 months. And I think between Vandred and Soul Eater, I had something like that with Avatar: The Last Airbender, because I found out I didn't watch the show when it came out, but I found out it ended, and I was curious enough to go, oh, I wonder how that show ended. And I watched the last episode, and it's just a bunch of people going ham, shooting fireballs at each other. And I was like, all right, I'm very curious how what led to this. And I went back. First,
All right. I think that covers pretty much everything from the short.
That's my Vandred story. That's if you want to see more stuff like that, go to Sketchy Fellows. It's not an active channel.
Yeah, not anymore, unfortunately. This is where I'm doing stuff now. And I do want to get like Caden to be on this, but
it's not like we had like a falling out or
yeah. We were kind of just limited by the fact that I chose a format where we could only do drawings while talking. It's like, here, I'll just talk about whatever I want on this channel. It's fine. Yeah. And we talked about a whole bunch of anime today.
Well, we did.
And I finally got your drawing. I think it's pretty good to go. Is there anything you can think of that it's missing?
Let's hear from the chat. Also, wow. Okay, so Barnett got the best dojin. That is interesting. I do like that character. I like that character quite a bit. I think, like I said in that video, I'm pretty sure I say it, where Maya is my number 1, Barnett's my number 2. I'm just checking the chat.
Mm-hmm.
Hayden's got a video coming out. I know they mentioned Rurouni Kenshin bit. I'm pretty sure that's a bit in their Cardcaptor Sakura video, which I was really happy to help out with. And I'm excited to see. Just going through the chat.
Yeah.
No one else I like. Everyone else here, no. How come some people in the chat have crowns next to their name?
I believe that's whoever's like most active in the chat. Truth has so far talked the most in the chat. I'm not sure if it's lifetime or whatever, but yeah. So thank you.
It would probably be. I mean, he jumps in every chat.
Yeah.
That guy.
Well, it's really cool that you're here. I appreciate it. I've got very few people watching, and it gives me encouragement to know that at least I can talk to a friend.
I mean, everyone's here for Ben.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I assume that the other 10 viewers are here to listen to you.
Well,
but that's fine.
And Ben, the iconic Ben.
The iconic Ben. I feel like we got a good rapport, but we've known each other for a couple months at least, so we know how to talk to each other.
When was the day you came up and asked me what's the anime equivalent of a kusoge?
That was at least a week ago. So we've known each other for at least that long.
Definitely. Okay, we can agree on that.
It does make streams so much easier to have people in the chat. Truth, like it's have someone to like bounce off. Like that's why I keep inviting John on, and I want to invite Chad on and Caden on, and you know what, you should come on too, Truth. But it's just like,
Truth.
We could talk about Pokemon and stuff. But it makes it so much easier. It's hard to like just talk about nothing. It's something it's a skill I should get better at. I think. I could get better at talking in general.
I did notice when I was interviewing John Cirabella a couple of years ago. I did it on a live stream, and it was like I see. This was my first time ever doing like any kind of like in-person interview. I actually just recently I've mentioned this before. I interviewed FJ DeSanto, and when I went into that interview with my past, now that I've had some more experience, I had like 2 pages of Google Docs filled with questions and like talking points and things to bring up. When I did my first like person-to-person interview with John Cirabella from Media Blasters, I think I had 6 questions, and I was like, yeah, this is enough to fill the whole conversation. And, no, it's not actually, but I got lucky because we were live streaming that one. And so I was able to get, like, after I had exhausted my questions, which only took up like 20 minutes at most. And we were planning to do it talk for at least an hour. The chat popped in with like, can you ask him about this? Can you ask him about this? And it's like, fucking
Thank
godsend.
God, yeah.
Like, yeah, thank you. And we got a lot of great topics. Like someone brought up hentai, and I was like, I didn't think to ask the fucking guy who puts hentai on Blu-ray about hentai. Gave us a lot of cool like anecdotes about the production of the Bible Black Dub. Just like a lot of fun stuff.
Oh, that's great. Oh yeah, it looks like Michael's still here too. Wish I could have came out with Phoenix to see y'all. I assume it was like that, like this, but on the couch. That basically was it. Yeah, we weren't exactly sure what Phoenix would be down for because it feels like we've like haven't talked with him hardly at all before he came down to see us. And
he didn't know who we were, and he like, yeah. Which is fine. Like, yeah, he didn't know us by face.
Yeah, we hung out simply because he wanted to find someone in Ohio to hang out with. And we just didn't know him before. But we were like, yeah, do you just want to like hang out and chat? And that's worked out.
We made him watch The Simpsons and Kaiketsu Zubat.
I think he at least appreciated them.
Yeah. But it was funny. I did watch your stream, and I love that at the beginning he goes, yeah, and I hung out with some Ohio peeps. I'll talk more about that later. Never brings it up.
Just saying lip service. Yeah.
3-hour stream. Never brings it up. We went to Cedar Point, goddammit.
Yeah, once you go to Cedar Point with someone, come on.
We rode Steel Vengeance, which I later found out is the Freerin of roller coasters. Ben, did you hear?
I did not hear that.
Okay, so I found a website that is basically the MAL for roller coasters, where you log all the roller coasters.
Yes, I did hear about that part.
Okay, and I just like with MAL, where they have like, this is like the top voted anime. They have that for roller coasters, and we rode the top voted roller coaster on the website.
Oh, just like overall best coaster like ever.
Yes, in the like at least voted by the enthusiast who used the site, right?
Yeah.
So I was calling it the Freerin of roller coasters, because Freerin's the #1 voted anime.
Yeah.
We rode Steel Vengeance, and I'll tell you, it felt like the #1 voted roller coaster. Like it was a fun roller coaster. It was funny because the roller coasters we rode were like the ones that are like, people say those are the ones, right? We rode Siren's what's it called, like Siren's Call or something. It's a brand new roller coaster, and it has its gimmick is that after it gets to the top of the lift hill, it like puts the train on like a platform that's like stretched out straight, and then it locks the train into place, and then turns until the train is facing directly down at like a perfect 90-degree angle, and then it holds you there for 7 seconds, and then it drops you. And that one was a ton of fun. And something that I've noticed is that there's POV videos online where you can basically watch a video of a roller coaster where there's a camera in the front seat, so it's like you're riding it.
Yeah.
But the one they have, these are official, by the way. The parks post it, which is great. It's great advertising, honestly. Is that the one for the Siren roller coaster? It doesn't have any of the music or sound effects they play on the coaster. Because they have like a little intro thing where it's like, you are entering the world of the sirens. and but then it's like, prepare to go to your doom, and then it drops you. And after it drops you, it starts playing music that sounds like the Naruto battle music. It's literally like.
Oh, that seems good. That sounds really good. Yeah.
And I wanted to hear it, but like for some reason the version online doesn't have the music in it. But I swear it's the Naruto battle music.
Oh, that's good.
I think it's called Siren's Curse. Yeah, here's a picture of what it looks like. I'll send it to you.
Yeah, send it over. Behind the line work, but fine. You get the gist. Yeah, that just looks like a boat that's just tipping over the edge of a cliff. That's great. Oh, and there's no like direct connection between the top track and the bottom. I'm seeing. It just like reconnects after a brief drop. It looks like.
Yeah, yeah.
That's awesome. Oh man.
I did not see James and Mike talk about Disney roller coasters. I've actually never been to a Disney park, but Chad is a big, whichever the one is in California. His family lives in California, so he travels out there.
Like Knott's Berry Farm?
Knott's Berry Farm is the one he's always talking about. That's like his go-to. In the coaster community, he'd call that his home park.
I love those silly communities that come up. Like it's you know it's that kind of phenomenon on the internet where you never think there's going to be community until it is actually like brought to your attention.
I mean, do you know about? I was saying this when we were at the park. There's like a roller coaster slur for normies.
I don't think I've heard you talk about that.
They call them GPs.
Hold on.
General public.
Okay. That's
like, they'll roll their eyes. Go, like someone, if there's a roller coaster that's like, not like considered a good roller coaster, but someone makes a video going, "This is the scariest roller coaster." They go, "Ugh, GPs."
So it's the anime equivalent of saying someone's a tourist.
A tourist or a normie, yeah.
Yeah.
And then if you're like in the space, they're like equivalent of otaku is thuzy.
That's pretty bad.
It is really
That's not
bad.
a good term.
It's there. In fact, it's a little contentious. I've noticed.
It better be.
I noticed like there was I was watching El Toro Ryan, iconic roller coaster content creator. And El Toro Ryan was talking about these kids who made their roller coaster in their backyard. And I noticed that offhanded they were using the term thuzy, which I thought was only like an old head in the coaster community. But apparently there are young people who still use thuzy.
Man. Yeah, I think they should retire that term. I don't like it.
What would you call them?
A roller coaster enthusiast?
Yeah.
Hold on. I feel like, I mean, they've had years to come up with something, and now you're putting me on the spot. Coast heads. No, hold on. Roller bladers. No, that's.
I'm thinking more like thrillies, right?
Ooh, okay,
they like
okay.
thrills. Thrillies.
I mean, honestly, that's better. It's not much better, but it's better.
It would also give you like if someone's name was Billy and they were in the coasters. Oh, Billy the Thrilly.
Is this working something with like adrenaline? Something.
Drennies.
Drinos. What about Drinos? Can we get that to catch on?
I don't think that one's going to catch on.
Why not? Does it sound like it's
a
race thing?
It's a little too obfuscated, I feel like.
Okay. Well, I feel like that's kind of the point. Also, I don't know. Maybe that's just.
I don't know. Thuzy is pretty easy to explain.
It's too easy to explain though. I feel like there needs to be some subterfuge there. We do. Is there a way to get like a vote system in the chat? How do I do that?
Can we? Truth, you know how to make polls. Make a poll. Doozy, Thrilly. What was yours? Dreno. Doc Judge Dren.
Yeah. Listen, there needs to be like a cool factor to the name. There needs to be some obfuscation.
Cheek flappers is what Michael suggested.
Ooh, that one's good. Tube men, like you're the inflatable tube men, because you're waving your arms in the air.
Thuzy. That's worse than Thuzy.
Come on. Inflatable tube men. that's...
Ben, how many roller coaster credits do you have? That's how they count how many roller coasters you've ridden. It's credits.
Okay, that's fine. I mean, I told you I've not gone on many roller coasters.
Let me see. Mine. I thought I had ridden a bunch, but like, I made an account on the site, and it's actually like 16.
Oh, that's not
it's
many.
one of those things where
I guess you guys suck.
I'm a GP. Like, I'm not gonna. In fact, when we rode Steel Vengeance, the guy, it was me and Chad were in like the front row, and then Phoenix was behind us with someone else in the car next to him. And I noticed that as the ride was pulling in after the ride was over, the guy next to Phoenix went, "Man, that airtime was crazy." And I'm like, "That guy's a Thuzy. That's a Thuzy." That all they talk about is airtime.
That's all they care about is those.
It is. It really, no, it is. They just talk about airtime. There's airtime, and then there's ejector airtime, which is airtime where you actually lift out of your seat.
Ooh, I like that. Nearly finished with this. I just wanted to add a little bit more dark colors to this to make it pop a bit more.
Chad said Danganronpa Man and Higurashi Man met in Spain and want to collab.
What's the Higurashi man again? What's Higurashi?
Ryukishi 7?
I don't know what that is. Sorry.
That's his name.
Okay.
Higurashi's the visual novel. It's a murder mystery visual novel.
Really? I feel like I should have known about that, but I guess I'm too stupid.
That's crazy.
That is crazy.
You are more of a tourist than the anime man.
Oh no! Don't reveal this. Don't do it. No. Come on, be nice to me. This is my stream. Be nice to me.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Okay, if it's over 20 years old, then it sucks, and I haven't seen it. Then thank you, Truth.
It's from like 2007. What?
That's almost 20 years old now.
Okay, but you were fucking sentient in 2007.
Apparently, I should read and or watch it. If it's a murder mystery thing, yeah, I'd be super into it. I'm just surprised I haven't heard of it.
Wait, you've never heard of Higurashi?
I'm sure I've heard of it, but it never like stuck in my brain. You know, like most people don't have the perfect encyclopedic memory that you do, John. I'm sorry.
I had to Google to make sure that guy from Vandroid was named Bart, but because I thought I had confused him with The Simpsons. So,
but you remember anything else aside from characters named Bart? I'm pretty sure you remember anything else. All right, I'm going to export this and see if you can turn it into your icon right now, live on air.
Chad also said, what if they start calling him the Silent Hill guy instead of the Higurashi guy?
Oh, did you do Silent Hill?
He's the new one, Silent Hill F.
Okay. That's that new
because
one.
it's Silent Hill F because they meet Frieza from Dragon Ball Z in it.
Yeah. No, I don't know if it's real, but I do like to take that it's F for forte, like the musical note, the musical denotation.
Okay, so
Because
you
then
do
it's
know about
loud.
this. So you do know about this game.
Yeah,
Okay.
I saw a trailer for it on Good Time Zone.
What's Good Time Zone?
Okay, I deserve that. But thank
No,
you for
then
asking,
you go, well, let me tell you, guys.
Because let me tell you. No, I was getting into that. Come on, give me some credit. I was moving towards it. But Good Time Zone is where I am frequently doing video game stuff with some less important people known as Kieran and Grant, and also Tyler, who's pretty cool. And we do video game stuff there. They play Pokemon Infinite Fusions without me, and I'm very jealous of them. And Voices of the Void, which is a very fun, it's like a life sim type game where you're just kind of like trying to develop your base, except you get a whole bunch of like aliens, and demon creatures and stuff that just like pop up because your job is scanning signals in space, and so you're like irritating them by like catching on to what they're doing out in space. So that's a lot of fun. Is just like getting jump scared by crap as you're trying to do your daily tasks. But yeah, Good Time Zone. You can see me there a lot too. When They Cry is the English name, or Higurashi, I assume.
More people call it Higurashi than When They Cry, though.
I assume so. I feel like I would have heard of Higurashi and just didn't remember it, but I would have remembered When They Cry. Those are English words. Good Time Zone is a black-owned co-op with I'm proud to support. Well, you never know. It could just be a whole bunch of white guys getting together. Like, I know that's
Grant,
kind of unusual.
I thought Grant looked white to me, but that was wrong for me to judge.
No, it's white facing but black owned.
Oh, okay, yeah. That's how you
get away with it. Yeah. All right, now I'm saving it for real this time. Export to PNG. Do not look at my exports. Get over here. All right. Okay. And then I'm going to send it over to you so that you can update. Let's see. Got a maze of folders to go through. There you go. And you update that in your like Discord reactive, if you remember how to get to that.
You said there was like a link, right?
There, I can give you a link. I probably gave it to you before, but I'll give it to you again.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Oh. Reactive. Copy. Paste. There you go. All right. But I think we're mostly just winding down now. I haven't been playing music for a sec because
it's like a quarter. It's like a quarter to 2.
Dang, man, we've been going for a while. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've still got some editing to do tonight. All right. Any parting thoughts for me or John then? Anything about
final questions?
Gigguk? Anything about
the anime men?
Anything about drawing John as a skull man?
Anything about roller coasters?
Topics. Roller coasters.
Are you a GP? Do you hate yourself for it?
I mean, you should, but the question is whether or not you do.
Yes. I'm streaming with Ben. What's up with you?
That's Chad knocking.
Oh, I mean, we are literally finishing up. Okay. Guys, Chad's awake.
Dude, he's gonna check on his dirty pair.
Yep.
You got Hayden asking, did you learn anything more about encoding, or are you still a GP at that?
So funny enough, Raylim sent me the same thing that B Downs was reading. So I have been reading that, and I'm gonna try testing that out a bit. But I would still consider myself a GP at encoding. But yeah, he said that the thing that B Downs sent me is actually like that's like the starting point for learning how to encode video files.
Pretty cool.
So. That means nothing to most people, I understand.
Are you getting your icon updated?
I did. Does it?
Oh, does
hold
it?
on.
Did it not? You can you can set which one is active, I think. See what happens. There it is. I see it. It's changed. I need to flip you again. Filter. There's a separate transform. Okay. Form. Horizontal. Yeah, look at you. Yeah, that's much better. You don't look like an NFT anymore.
Hell yeah.
All right. Well, I think we truly accomplished something today then. We talked about anime, and we made you a new icon and roller coaster. Whoa, it's the guy from the Anime Man video, yeah. Oh, well, thanks for everyone for stopping by. I really do appreciate it.
Thanks for coming along on our journey, especially considering it's a Monday night and people work.
Yeah, that is true. I think I want to do this on Mondays, but maybe not as late as we've been doing it. That might
Makes
be
sense.
helpful.
It also cuts into my attack number 1 group watch.
Yeah,
which
you've
you've utterly ruined.
Listen, I didn't know it was today of all days. This important day.
It is Monday through Friday.
It's every day. Yeah, that might cause a bit of a problem then. We'll figure it out. We'll get through it. But yeah, okay. I'm thinking Mondays, and I do want to get like Chad on. I want to get Caden on. I want to get Truth on. I want to just be able to do my own stuff where I'm playing games like Omori, which I think people have been watching just because it's fun to see a blind playthrough of a cool game like that. So I'll be doing more stuff. It'll be fun.
You can catch me on MercuryFalcon. I make I'm kind of shifting gears to Guy Slugger content, but
yeah.
We'll see how that goes.
Yes, if anyone here is not from coming here from knowing him, genuinely great retro anime stuff. So check it out.
I have a little. You may have heard of me on. I was featured in the Anime Man. MercuryFalcon. Look it up.
Yeah, if the anime been vouching for you, you know it's got to be good. All right. See y'all later. Have a good night.
Goodbye.